Smooth things. Let's hop in live.
It's live.
Dun, dun, dun,
It's
dun,
live.
dun. Coming to you live from beautiful downtown Athens, Georgia, courtesy of Britannia, and we're in California this evening. Yeah, we are.
Yes.
It is going to be a truly train-wrecular night.
I believe that.
Yeah, you think
What's up?
Linux Gamecast Weekly is a bit rough. You've seen nothing yet.
Rough. Hey, we're no longer in the pre Super Shows, then, so we are going to take that off. We just finished that for Patreon.
Roughneck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live.
Didn't even taste disappointing.
Do you have the that is the I've had one of those on principle because I wanted to know what Spite tasted like. Caffeine-free
Pointlessness.
Diet Coke. I was like, why do you exist? You're an abomination.
It's like
When
you have
you
no
really-
point.
When you really just want to go out of your way to avoid regular tap water.
Get that
Yeah.
microphone a little closer to your noise tube. There we go.
Okay.
I can work with that. What's going on, everyone? That is one Jordan's thing. Fresh out of scale over, or is there one more day?
There's one more day. I don't get to see it though. I gotta be out to the airport by like 8:30 in the morning. I got like 8 hours of transit.
That's a bit.
Yeah.
I got Monday off, so I'm just gonna crash Monday, and then I think I'm on coronavirus quarantine for a week.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Yeah, I
I
gotta work
want
from-
that.
I gotta work from home, so it's empty.
Are you just going to send in like selfies drinking Corona?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very tasteful.
Is this what I'm supposed to be doing?
About 1 p.m., 1:30 to start slurring. Be like, hey man, who wants to work Slack? Like, anybody want to play some games?
Yeah.
Feel pretty good.
We were dropping like a lot of hints because our boss was in a meeting on Skype. She was at her desk. And it's like talking about the agile working and the flexible working. It's like, yeah, we can work from home. We'd like to work from home, please. Pretty please.
Close all this shit. We'll open up all this other shit.
Yeah. Roughing it, man. Single screen laptop.
It's going from doing this on 2 UHD monitors to a single 1080p screen. Not
Yeah,
fun.
baby.
This is what, like the 7th or 8th time I've done this, and it doesn't get any better. Still.
No.
Let's see, when I started doing LGC, I had one 1366 by 768 laptop screen.
I had this, which is wider than it is long, but it's 27 inch, but it's like 27 inch like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a laptop resolution monitor, a little fucky one.
Yeah.
That's it. But man, you were doing good back in the day if you even had like a little secondary bullshit monitor. You're like, oh,
Oh
man.
yeah.
High tech.
I remember when my monitor addiction began. Just sprawl out. Oh, look at all that screen real estate. I don't have to organize anything. I can just look at it all at once.
That's what I laugh at. I genuinely do. Is like no matter how many monitors and it all is going to end up in the center of the one in front of you. There's no escape from that.
I remember I still had the calculator, and when I got the secondary monitor, the only way I had to have it span to have any kind of dual monitor configuration with the FGLRX proprietary drivers I had to kill compositing, and I couldn't enable it at all.
The good old days.
Because otherwise the graphics would go, nope, crash.
We could do screen share on Skype.
Yes, the X video sync.
Yeah.
It killed the X
awesome.
session.
The good old days. It's like, hey man, cut on screen share. Yeah.
I'm just gonna share the screen with you.
Mm. Dude,
Good old FGLRX.
I could send you that. I found out something about that video card I got for Jackbox, that AMD card.
Yeah, I saw something about like it just doesn't boot randomly or something.
Yeah, there's only like a 40% chance of it. I didn't do that.
It was the dog outside.
Jitsi froze for me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It morphed.
Yeah, there was a solid 40% chance it just kernel panicked on boot. Then you search on
Brilliant.
Yeah, search online. It's like, yeah, this has been a known bug since like 2009. There's like regressions and people attempting to fix it, and people going, "That's so old. Fuck it. Deal with it."
So you got the Quadro now.
Yeah, I got my 1 cent Quadro 4000.
So does it run on Nouveau or do you gotta?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh.
Out of the box, I have it set to low where it's not doing anything. I got the fan on where I have it set at 50 megahertz, and it is stable-ish. Well, I mean, it's completely stable, but it's 85 degrees, not doing fuck all. So, yeah,
That's an interesting noise that makes when you scratch your ear.
it's awesome. That's how you know he's live via satellite.
Oh god, that
Yeah,
ear
no,
is still
if it
itchy.
weren't for if it weren't for the fact that the shipping is atrocious, no, that's that's fine.
I got there's one of the two. Damn, I should have labeled it. Ah, fuck, too late now. One of the two fiber cards is perfectly fine. The other one,
Yeah, which of these DIMMs are bad? I don't remember.
We'll find out eventually.
That's part of the reason why I built El Cheapo. It's like I need a computer to plug test things in.
Well, I'm almost positive because when I pulled the fiber card, before I had the fiber card, and I put the Quadro in there, it would sit for like 2 minutes and some change before it would boot. Like full blast, full bore. It just, and you heard a Quadro at 100%. You know it's on. Then it would boot, but as soon as I pulled the card out, it does a cycle and it boots now. So one of those cards is going tits up. But
First time I put the Black Magic card into this box, I hit the power button. It started to boot, and then and then it came right back up, and then it started. It's like, oh god!
I did do something responsible though. Tomahawk B350 motherboard. Here's a pro tip for anybody listening. If you make any hardware changes, save your BIOS settings before you do that, because you got to clean the BIOS. You have to just lobotomize it anytime you do a hardware change, or it won't boot. It just won't.
Yeah.
Like jumper.
Yep.
And then, ooh.
Yeah. Which is gets real fun every now and then when you're like, hey, Yuffie? It's like, what you talking about? I don't understand that. You're like, it would legitimately be quicker just to reinstall than try to unfuck this, right, man?
Well, see, I got away with mine just by doing the restore default settings as it goes. Oh, we need to reboot. It may take 2 or 3 tries, but the system will reboot. It's like, okay, go ahead. And it did it. It's like, oh, now I just hit the power button and it starts normally. All right, cool.
Well, I fucked myself when I installed the Quadro, but I didn't fuck myself when I got home today, because I saved it to a USB drive, put it in. I was like, maybe? And I was like, no. Go fuck yourself. I'm not going to boot until you clear me. And there's like, hey, I've noticed you made some changes. Would you like me to just that? I'm like, sure. Do I have Option 2? Nope. Okay. Restart.
Option 2 is go fuck yourself.
Pretty much, man.
Yes. Beer.
Yes.
How are you, Salty? Thanks for the 6-month resub.
Yeah.
Very much appreciated.
Is that what the 6 means?
Mm-hmm.
I know how to Twitch.
A sub is a month, so by 6 at 6 months.
I believe that. Math.
You've offended 4 countries. Put them down, man. Damn it.
I can put 2 and 2 together. It's purple.
Finger licking good. Someone bring Jordan real drink. It causes me pain that he has to drink that abomination of carbonation.
Oh, it's fish. My bad. Well, you have the added bonus of it not being the twist, the lemon flavored variant. That just tasted like sadness.
It took me almost 3 days to drink a Diet Coke with lemon because I bought one, and I'm that type of person. I learned from my mistakes, so I didn't immediately throw it away. It just stayed around the house in a little twist bottle, and I take little shots with it. Ah.
I actually like the Diet Coke with lemon. It's all right.
I think it was one of those, like, if I'd sucked a few down, like, I didn't have other... I could acquire the taste for it, but I wasn't feeling it just out of the ball. You know, just...
All right.
Oh, no. Coming to the house now. And some later, after they eat. Oh, no.
Now, but later, sometimes.
Eventually.
But also in the past.
Yeah, dude, it's like 5 p.m.
Dude, it's fucking me up, man.
Oh, 3 hours. 3 hours isn't too bad.
3 hours isn't too bad, but like, it's still a bit of like a twist. For the first couple days, like my brain is like, yeah, it's like midnight. No, it's only 9 o'clock. The sun's still out.
Thank you for gifting Mir a 6-month resub there, Salty.
We need to stop Mir from drinking. That's oh boy.
That boy cannot handle his alcohol.
Oh, he can. It's just how he does it.
That boy needs Jesus.
All right, let's go. Let's try this.
Let's do it.
Blip.
Oh, a bunch of new hardware tonight too. So. Here we go for reals. Take 2. Here we go for like really reals. And welcome back to another Linux GameCast Weekly, the show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. I'm Vince Stone, coming to you live from beautiful downtown Athens, Georgia, joined by the man who's not up north, he's out west, because he's getting back from scale, or he's still at scale, preparing to get back from scale. He's in the future past, man. That's Jordan's thing. Live via satellite. It's brilliant.
Live via laptop.
Laptop satellite. That's how it works, man.
Laptop and a $70 Ethernet cable.
Oh man, more on that. Stay tuned. Pedro Mateus, staying up late in Britannia, as always. It's kind of brilliant. And together with you, live joining us in Chat Room Dynamic, helping us form Cocaine Voltron. Gentlemen, before we get started, we got to talk about the $70 Ethernet cable. I don't know what bothers me more, that or the caffeine-free diet Pepsi. That's just wrong.
It's just been one of those days, man. It's just been one of those fucking days. Yeah. So there is some debate as to whether or not there was a cable long enough to go from, because this room here is at the back of the house and the router's at the front of the house. We didn't know if Jill had a cable long enough, so Empty and I haul our butts down to Best Buy. And let me tell you, when you need to buy cables at Best Buy, they know they have you right in their fucking little claws, because they will charge you $50 US, which the debit machine was lovely enough to tell me, by the way, this is $71 Canadian for a 100-foot Cat 6 cable.
It's brutal.
Oof. It's so brutal. And I get to wash down that disappointment with some caffeine-free Pepsi. Not sponsored.
You know, you just gotta imagine, man. I mean, Pepsi, thank you for making liquid spite. That's really all I can say about that. Pedro, what's up with you?
Actually,
Can you beat
not
that?
much. You know, considering what Jordan's just been through, not much at all. How about you, Ben?
Man, a lot of stuff. Everything might catch on fire on top of everything else. Moved a lot of stuff around. If you've been keeping track, one of our fiber cards was acting up. As in acting up, I mean not working, cause all types of mysterious weird problems. So that's been swapped out with a quad port, Ethernet, Intel NIC, and another NIC. And then the AMD video card was like, haha, you need more problems in your life. It's like, yeah, I do. So there's a Quadro in the box right now, not doing anything because of reasons, and getting ready to release the first episode of Interfacing Linux. I'm stepping up on that because, yeah, I had this guy ask me a question that I couldn't answer. And that guy was Adam Curry, you know, the guy credited for creating podcasts. He's like, well, my Motu work with the Linux. It's like, I don't have one yet, so I don't know. Damn it. That would have been a big get. So yeah, I just pedaled to the metal on that. I was like, man, I'm spending a lot of money. And I was like, fuck it, just do this. We're gonna make it a big thing. But one thing that we can rely on each and every week, no matter where it's at, live via satellite, or if it has driven itself insane on caffeine-free diet Pepsi, is the horse.
Yeah, I gotta wonder though how many FireWire ports does the horse actually have if we're gonna interface with it properly. It's the Steam
Linux
Update of the week.
Then remember to add the
Jingle,
echo.
jingle.
Okay.
Jingle jingle.
Steam Client beat us, man. Dude, this made me very happy. Windows don't care. Steam Input kind of care. Victor Pro, no, don't care. Steam Play, Race Condition, Proton enabled games. That's a big positive.
That's a good one. Yes.
Disabled the stupid monkey keyring. Thank you.
Woohoo!
Thank you. Thank you. And by default, it is disabled, which means you have to forcefully enable it. Nothing. I didn't think it was going to bother me at first, but boy, does that bother you.
Oh yeah, no,
yes, it does.
I don't want to have to enter more passwords. I got to enter my regular password. I got to enter my two-factor, and before I can even get to that, I'm like, oh, what's your keyring password? The fuck if I know? Yeah, usually it defaults to your login password, but come on,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that offhand without a couple attempts.
One of the things with a GNOME keyring is your fellow XFCE user, it's utterly defeated by opening the browser, but like soon as you like log into the desktop, it's just like
Right.
off. Doesn't even
Yeah, because
register.
it's on like a couple of seconds cooldown.
Yeah.
But I like using KD's K wallet for some specific things, and the only thing that it ever bugged me was when I open Chrome or Chromium or Vivaldi, or in this case Steam, since it uses the Chromium embedded framework. You opened it up and just like put in your password. It's like, no, I don't want
I
to.
just want to open Steam. We don't need to bring typing into this.
Yeah, I'm here to play games, not remember
you sweet
passwords.
summer
Go
child.
away.
No, just make with the tippy taps.
Nope.
Make with the
Man,
tippy
if I had my Steam controller, it's like, this is why you failed, and just throw it away and go cry. We gotta.
Dude.
What?
I was just gonna say, imagine like being able to log in. Hey, plug my Steam controller. That's also your authentication device.
That's not going to be fun to carry around immediately.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably
That's why
wouldn't
it's a
lose
good
it.
security device.
Yeah.
As a secondary one, maybe, sure.
This is true. All right.
Yeah. Okay, so a bit of a belated update because we're already tracking Proton 5.0 up here in Wild West land. But Valve decided, you know what? Let's give those people stuck on 4.11 for some reason a bit of an update. And apparently there was or there were a couple of issues with low color depth modes on certain hardware. What that is, yeah, very good question.
Listen.
Uh,
If you use certain hardware, rejoice. Right,
Yes.
like your color mode problems are gone. I hate, you know what? I hate seeing changelogs like this because there's some other stuff buried in there too, but it got squashed in a
I
merge
think one of the
somewhere.
things
likely.
I'm genuinely curious about is who has that color perception? Because you could probably shave off 10, 12,000 shades and be like, it looks a little off. I would never even notice it, but
Probably like the 8-bit or 16-bit color depth games that are having issues.
I don't know. I mean, unless it like looked like a kaleidoscope of rabid weasels, I wouldn't be like, something's off. Whatever. All right.
I don't know. I really do wonder what the use case for updating the older version of Proton is when there were no
sometimes
whitelist
there's
games
games
using this version.
that. Sometimes there are games that just don't work well with like a new version of Wine. I don't know. Things happen. You might want to roll back to an older version of Proton if you know it works for sure.
Yeah, this is true.
And maybe you run certain hardware with like low color palette depths or whatever. I don't know.
I don't either.
It's good that they're fixing the little things, though.
Yes,
attention
that's
to
important.
detail. Dot all the lowercase J's. Hey, good news, everyone. Wait.
Whoa, no, these are not the good news. These are the news that, we knew.
I got a feeling you're going to
coming.
tell me the good news isn't in another castle either.
Nope,
Good news,
they're not.
everyone.
And,
I'm a horse's butt.
The bit of the Rocket League update that interests sort of the Linux community is that by June 10, 2020, you need to submit your refund request. So if you have bought Rocket League to play on Linux, please do ask for a refund. The March update is going to be the last one that supports Linux and Mac. So if you haven't asked for a refund yet, you should. But if you're waiting until the very last day, if you're waiting for the very last day, it's June 10th.
June 10th, it's definitely going to come. But, hey, man, maybe you don't want to send it the refund. The reason I'm going to recommend sending in that refund is because you're not going to be able to do it once Rocket League goes free to play and they, pull out and put a big dose of easy anti-cheat on top of it, making your Proton version not work at all.
Indeed. Unless you're a schlub like me and got
coming.
it from a gift, or from Humble, or from any of the other places. Yeah.
Well, so long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah, I still get the sense about that, man. I mean, this Epic, guys, give benefit of the doubt, no knee-jerk hate. Hey, man, maybe. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. They're real. Got it. Understood.
Yeah.
Clear. So we've been complaining a little bit about, our horses are dying off, the permanent early access games that are coming out. We're about to talk about, not this one, but even Black Mesa is rolling out. But
there
is one.
There is one. It's 7 Days to Die. It's in alpha forever and ever and ever. I will say though that 7 Days to Die has some of my favorite patch notes because they're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like intimidation with a 44 Magnum no longer works on vending machines. I want to try that in real life. I want give me all your freaking stickers bars, man.
Talk about making me want to play it, man. It's like, can you roll that back and let me take a look?
No, you can't anymore, man. You've lost so many people. There's also there was also a crash involving an electric fence. So now if you pee on it in game, it will no longer crash your game. There's a lot of other fixes because it's still an alpha. It's one of these DayZ games where you run around and avoid zombies and try to murder your friends and make alliances with your friends so that you can betray them later and murder them, leave them to die for zombies.
It was basically Rust before Rust.
Mm-hmm.
Fewer dicks, indeed. But yeah, if you want to look through the change log, the link's in the show notes. Again, most of the stuff doesn't matter to you unless you are an active 7 Days to Die player, but it's nice to see that they're chugging along with development
They
and giving
are,
us
but-
one additional whipping boy for perpetual early
And I
access.
think we're still in good company because they've definitely been in alpha for 7 years, 6.
Yeah.
So it's more like 7 years to die, is what you're saying.
No, I'm genuinely curious because you might remember, it might have been last year or it could have been the year before that. They tapped that Vulcan button with the Unity, but
Mhm.
it was just pink.
Yes. That was the last time I tried it too.
I mean, that sounds like something Jill would love. So
No, man. I don't know. I'm definitely going to pop in, take a look with that. And be like, hey, man, because I'm not into that, but I definitely, what little I've played, I was like, I need to be careful with this game because, yeah.
I'm just sad I can't hold up vending machines with a gun anymore.
Man,
You can really intimidatingly.
you just
stare
got to
at
get a
it
bigger
now, I guess.
gun. That's all it is. Oh, so Zen is here, baby. Black Mesa 1.0. It's out. You can play it, and it's still $19.99, so that didn't change. I was like, good on you, lot.
Nice.
Getting a patch notes, and I've been playing through it. If you want to follow my road to Zen, that's I do that when I get a chance on Fridays, and I've done like 3 levels of it, and I've never played through Half-Life. But the last update earlier this week before they dropped it out was mostly focused on NPC updates. They're like, hey man, we're gonna make them a little more dickish, a little more clever, and you're gonna die some more. Which I can
They
say
also
as
let
somebody,
you save. Like,
dude,
all
fuck the
as many as you
NPCs in
want.
this game. They are good.
Yeah. And one of the things that I actually saw people complaining about in the Steam forums is if you're going through the office complex, the game would autosave in some pretty BS situations for most everyone,
Mhm.
but they fixed that, so that's good.
Speaking of saving, apparently there was a limit to how many manual saves you could make, so they fixed that before the 1.0 release. So save away to your heart's content and cheese your way through some of those brutal fights.
I will say this though, you can play it with a bit more confidence because if you've been playing it for any amount of time recently, like in the beta branch or anything like that, like every other update would break all of your saves.
Mm-hmm.
So,
now, supposedly it's stable.
right. So look forward to that, man. We'll definitely be taking a look at that sometime this month. Do we still like the Amnesia games?
I don't remember.
I like
about
A Dark Descent, yes.
Dark Descent.
Amnesia, The
well,
Dark
I mean-
Descent
I
was
mean-
very good.
Machine for Pigs was just like hilariously broken.
You know,
But that was the Chinese.
That
room,
was the
not,
Chinese
Friction.
room.
the Chinese
Yeah.
room. It was a very good game until you got to the hilariously broken parts, and you're like, okay, this has turned into unintentional comedy. But let's talk about this. They've got a little trailer out, and this is a new descent into darkness from the creators of the Iconic. It's basically the game that showed that you can build an environment to fuck around with everything. And many games have tried. If I see that hand icon, I better be able to mess with everything. This looks a bit of all right. Decided like a ham, but I'm not seeing a lot of water. So,
Yes.
you know,
And if they can put the improvements to the engine that they did with Soma
mhm.
and actually bring Amnesia to that kind of graphical fidelity and have the horror elements to it, I think this could be a very, very interesting horror game.
I really want to put a finer point on Soma, the graphical elements of Soma, not that first room part because that looked like dog shit.
Yes.
Yes. Also the Toronto subway that looked nothing like a Toronto subway. I mean, we have a peek at the system requirements now. Apparently, the new stuff is built on OpenGL 4.0. So
Mhm.
that doesn't necessarily
That's what
mean that it's
some
going to be better
required,
graphics,
so,
but
yep.
it's going to be slightly more performant graphics.
It's
Question
also a
mark?
chunky boy coming in at 50 gigs.
Indeed. So maybe
That's
we'll
heavy
get
for
It's
them-
going to be a
something.
long one.
Yeah. Either that or-
I mean, for their engine, that's going to be a big ass game.
Oh,
Well,
no.
that's
We have this 8K 15-minute video that we want to show you at the beginning. It'll be awesome.
See, but that's the thing with frictional games. You can get away with like lower graphical fidelity because everything is just so dark.
Mhm.
Can't see.
It is interesting. I'm looking forward to it because that development team has done something that's very difficult to do to be at a game. It is to push my note button down and tape it, where it's just like and
Oh, yeah.
I like doing that to myself every now and then because you genuinely just like, oh, okay, we just gotta step away.
No. There were points in Amnesia: Dark Descent that I had to force myself to keep playing because it's like, no, I don't want to. No.
See. Then you got to do it in VR, and you wear yourself.
You're too
Yes.
scared. You can't even finish that sentence. Pedro, what's coming up next?
Up next, we have a game that we were going to throw chairs at this week, but since we have a special scale event, it's totally not the reason that Jordan's frozen right now.
Right.
It's a Bloody Rally show, and the developer sent his keys for that, so thank you very much. Tomas is his name, and he said in his email that despite this being a Unity game, it was treated as they treated Linux as a first-class citizen, and they gave it proper support from day one.
Okay.
That's amazing. That's really, 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 really nice. And you know, if the way that the DualShock,
we need to send him a note about the psychology of 1999 versus 20.
yes, but you even in the middle of the game, say you started the game and you forgot to turn on the controller, a lot of Unity games, if you turn it on, they'll just flip out and they won't let you use the controller at all. This one does. And just about everything, unless the game is actively randomly generating some tracks, because all of the tracks are randomly generated and there's like certain specific objectives you need to do, but the way that they're configured and how many times you encounter them during a certain campaign, everything about that is randomly generated. So when it's doing the random generation, you'll see some performance hiccups, but outside of that, it's very, very, very performant. It's like 144 hertz all throughout the races.
Right on. Does look interesting. That's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bounce out of here. Coming up next, we got a little bit of news. Actually, we got a lot more news than we had steamy stuff.
Yes, we
And
do.
stick around. We're going to try to get our satellite uplink reconnected properly. And we're going to talk to some people from the Scale convention.
Oh, yeah.
End scene.
What's he saying?
Hang on.
Try again, Jordan?
Nope. He's
For
muted.
whatever
There
reason,
we
the
go.
wired connection just shit the bed. I have no idea. I've just switched over to wireless for now.
I told you, take that cable back.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's the fucking plan, dude. I don't know what's going on there.
You
Just
have
drop the DHCP leash.
visual evidence of like, yep, and this is what it died.
Yep.
Yeah, Wi-Fi would be good.
Tell the people in the place to, not
They're-
all watch
they're
the
not on
stream
Wi-Fi.
individually on their phones.
Yeah.
So, close that. We can run through the news. That recorded good. And we'll see. So 1949.
Yeah, no. Getting the chance to retry Need for Speed World gave me a little bit of nostalgia. So I've been going through Neverwinter Nights, like the original campaigns. I already beat the original one and Shadows of Undrentide. Now I'm going through Hordes of the Underdark. on the development branch, because they fixed a load of stuff and they actually reintroduced compatibility with a bunch of the mods for the original game. So that's good. And
Nice.
there's also achievements, but meh. And there's a very, very interesting, for me anyway, bug that basically all of the enemies, they give you about 10 times the experience points that they're supposed to give you. So you can level up very quickly. So I'm going to try and get through Hordes of the Underdark before that particular bug is fixed in the development version.
Yeah, so you playing Neverwinter Nights when I went to stream last night. I'm like, oh, cool. I bet Pedro's going to be like super awesome. Come support me and be like, hey, man, I'm watching you stream. Fuck that noise.
Oh, see,
Oh,
when he was online, when I was planning on streaming, I'm like, oh, he's playing Neverwinter Nights. Hey, Pedro. You wanna stream this?
Yeah, no, I didn't even realize that you were streaming because I was distracted playing Neverwinter Nights. And when I tapped my phone to check the time, it was like, it's already 3 a.m. I'm gonna go to sleep now.
No, you're not.
No, I just like that Nori was like, have fun at work tomorrow, fucko.
Hey, I let her stay up playing her games when she wants to do it. It's fine. I
Oh,
get
no,
that.
I'm
Like,
talking about her lack of compassion towards you.
You let her, man. That's... No. It's not how that works, buddy. It's not how that works.
Don't be
we
disingenuous.
let each other.
You know what
That's
he
the
meant.
thing. We like video games, so if we're into a game and we're playing it, it's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go do my thing.
So I think some people have made it to the house, apparently.
Yeah, I can hear them in the other... beyond the door over there.
Lock them in. Wait, out?
I mean, I can lock the door and say that I've locked them in, but then I'm just trapped in here.
Has the sun already set? Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Damn. That was a light switch. Okay, so down.
Get the news stories open.
Man, I would just like open all that up like up on your phone or something.
No, I got the split screen thing going.
All right, I'll be right back.
I will as well. The Diet Pepsi, the caffeine, sugar-free Diet Pepsi just wants to leave my system.
Oh, it's all the flavor, man. That's what happens when you drink that shit. It absorbs any flavor laying around in your body and drains it.
Pretty much.
There we go. We saved everyone from that. Boom, 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 boom. That is cool. So, let's see. What can we do? I need to check Discord. It's not designed to run on this box. So, we're at 2105. Huh. That should hold up. We'll get through the show anyway. I could probably disable GL acceleration, but I need to check on other things. That is working. Hopefully we can do it. I'm still trying to get convinced that that old Quadro card's not going to catch on fire, because it is genuinely sitting at 85C. I mean, content, happy to do that. And the quad port Intel NIC is at 54, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. And the coolest thing in Jackbox right now is the 8-core 16-thread CPU coming in at 32. But then again, it's a 65-watt part, so one would expect it. Now we need to check Claudia. We've had a couple of clips in Claudia. Now let's see what they were due to. Tools. Let's go to logs. And let's get out of A2J. We have some process graph async issues, pulse audio jack, OBS vocal. Okay, that's just being thrown because of the confusion with running Discord on that box. And outside of that, everything seems to be reasonably smooth. No promises.
Reasonably.
All right, my turn.
Yes.
Yay. Linux support. Gloom. Dang. All right.
Okay. So, how are Shay and Linda?
Like,
They're the two
What do you-
ones that I'm genuinely curious about, personality-wise.
Shay is a lot quieter than I would have thought. He's very, very, very soft-spoken. Linda is exactly what you expect Linda to be like.
Okay, cool. Let's see who else. Kyle Linux was there. How was he?
He's all right. Him and his fiance are nice.
Yeah, I'd
I
seen
mean,
his
they-
videos, but yeah.
They were only there for like an hour and change, but that was good.
All right.
I'm a little sad I missed them this morning, but I had to peel empty out of his bed and stuff eggs into his face. Apparently, I'm scale chef this time.
Did you have a barbecue again this year?
No barbecue. I'm a little sad.
Yeah.
But this place is also like substantially smaller than the last place.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the pictures, like the two bunk beds with the TV in the middle.
Yeah, that seems to be playing the TNG marathon.
Yeah.
Nemo, the weather is nice. That's California. They have 2 seasons, nice and on fire.
I was about to say, yeah, what, 24 degrees and followed by 24.
Oh, that's true. You did. Linda did make the potatoes and onions. So thank you, Linda. I have I had a picture of my breakfast. It was really nice.
We got to get you on Insta. Be one of those.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Come on. Do you know they have cinnamon coffee creamer?
That
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that sounds fucking delicious.
It is.
Instapot.
I use cinnamon stick, and when I make a cup of coffee, just drop one in and let it sit there like if it were tea.
that
Oh, man,
looks
there's-
like carbs with a side of carbs.
Carbs.
I mean,
protein.
I mean,
it's egg, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Bacon.
ultimately, well, also with like a half-empty thing of bourbon or something.
No. See, that is Mir's homemade moonshine that only he is drinking.
I was about to say, is anybody? Nope, didn't think so. All right.
Yes.
I wouldn't have painted Mir as a moonshine maker, but okay.
Cinnamon Aztec. What?
Oh, okay. Linda got into it too.
All right.
And as far as I know, she hasn't gone blind, so it might be okay.
Maybe she's just trying to play it off, man. You just hear some bumps. Like, all right. Like, oh, everything's fine.
So that explains that walking stick she was walking around with poking stuff.
Busted.
I thought she was just tired and needed something to lean on.
All right. Good. Let's get that paused. Let's get that going. Locked. Everclear 181. In 3, 2.
And we're back. But before we get into all of them news, because we actually have a few.
All of them
it's
news?
mostly,
Like both of?
yes.
Both
What you gonna do with all that news? All that news inside that? You know what? Never mind.
all of it, baby.
Inside
You know it.
the cashews. But whatever the case may be, before we get to them, we do need to thank you, because you help make this show possible, so you're awesome. I think. That, or you're really, really sadistic.
Sadistic,
Why not both?
financially
Why not?
irresponsible. There are a number of ways to describe the supporters of Link's Gamecast. If you want to join the
I love
links,
the
you can
lens
head on
flare,
over.
baby. That's awesome. It's like
Yeah,
nosy
Len-
lens flare.
JJ.
Oh,
JJ.
too real.
If you want to join the collective of Linux Gamecast supporters, you can head on over to linuxgamecast.com. You can move your mouse over that support button. We got many links for you to
I
click
like
on.
the word collective.
enter-
It doesn't sound like cult. Big fan of that.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure, it's not a cult.
No.
No.
It-
No, but I mean, if you want us to clear the body thetans out of you, you can head on over to patreon.com/linuxgamecast.
Can we make
and become a Patreon.
Scientology our bitch?
Yes, that's my goal. That's
We're
my
going
goal,
to
is
need more
make
money.
another Scientology. Yes. But yeah, become a Patreon. It's pretty awesome. You get access to the Discord channel. You get access to the pre super shows. And we got a brand new Patreon. We got to thank Haplo for giving us $25 a week. That's
Yeah. It's the first
That's
one in
ins- that is
Discord to
literally
claim the
insane.
advisor tag.
Yep.
Haplo
Oh
was
my
pretty
God.
fucking metal about it. He's like, you know what? I'm pissed off. I can't make it to scale. You know what? Fuck you guys.
There you
It's
go.
like, all right.
wow.
Seriously,
Down
Well-
thank you, Hablo.
super generous Haplo. He's a great guy. We also got a store.linuxgamecast.com. I wore my Use Me shirt yesterday.
Yeah, you did. Does
So
it fit?
Shill for the Lutras. It fits all right. We got shirts with our faces on it, shirts with creepy penguins on it, Hell Elk stickers, Hell Elk mugs, all sorts of apparel to cover the shame that is your body. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We also got wish zones.
Yep.
You help build the studio. Get your name on that big flashy wall behind Ven.
It doesn't flash. What are you talking about? See? No flash.
No flash. No, it just has the lens.
This
flare.
wall is tired of the Barry Allen accusations.
Yeah. What about
It's
the Barry
not
White
running Adobe
accusations?
Shockwave.
There will always be Barry White accusations, and I will continue to deny them. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we got the chilling out of the way. Let's
There we go.
let's talk about the LGP site going away forever.
No,
Or
it's
is it?
stayed around
Oh
forever,
no,
baby.
it's staying around.
In
For
fact,
archival
it has been
reasons.
archived, man. The LGP website archived. That's what it says. Has been published. We thank you for this is it. That you can click on it all you want and doesn't do anything. But hey, man, the website's still around. Which I guess if you were worried about archive.org going down, that would be an issue. But I don't know.
They could
what-
run out of money eventually.
They could. I think we would definitely have bigger issues. But hey, man, that's a good thing. I think about LGP. I immediately think about paying £60 for that copy of Ballistics, to which it's like, okay. Good times, but hey, we didn't have a lot of options back in the day, and you wanted to support those who support Linux.
Yep.
And that was something I was all for. I was looking at some of the archive prices. I'm guessing they had a going out of business sale because a lot of the titles are like £20.
I don't know, because Sacred Gold in the archival is the exact same amount of money I paid for it back in the day as £27 or like 33 euros.
What's
So,
back
yeah.
in the day to you, though?
Back in the day to me it was like 2012,
No,
2013.
they're like two.
Yeah.
No, we're talking like 2008.
That's when I bought it on Linux.
All right. Jordan, did you ever buy anything from LGP?
No, I think I was a little too late to the game for that.
Oh yeah, I bought it on Desura. Yes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they did a couple things, man. Memorable titles like Candy Cruncher and Ningpo Meijiang and
Gotta love
Gorky
that
17.
X3.
Yeah, and just
Yes, X3,
Ballistics,
the
X3, Majesty Gold, Jetson Guns.
Shadowgrounds, the Shadowground series. The first two were ported by them.
They did the Postal 2 and Disciples 2. Never happened.
Yup.
But
I had Disciples 2 for Windows.
you can, man, talk about a collector's item, though, if you got some of those box copies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
Indeed.
extra hard mode. I mean, Loki, you can get Loki titles all day on eBay. You don't really ever see any LGP or anything like that show up.
Hell, you can even get them running under Lutris. I'm sorry, I've been sitting at the Lutris booth for 2 days shilling for it. So,
Did you just like scream at people when they come like, hey, come here?
yes,
Lotris.
Lotris.
pretty much.
Pretty much?
In my Use Me Penguin shirt, it's a beautiful sight.
Did you show them that you can get Need for Speed World up and running under Linux?
No, 'cause that's
actually-
Paper Story.
Yes, I actually suggested that in using the official Lutris game requisition form thingy. But yeah, no, this is the Soapbox Race World game launcher for Need for Speed World, which is a fan revival project to bring back Need for Speed World from the dead. And yeah, EA killed the game back in 2015, and the developers, I didn't actually think that this was ever going to run in Linux because it's .NET, so it might have. But when I went to their Git, I saw a thing in template for a new issue that said wine versions. Like, oh, all right, we're filing this particular report, and I said it's like, oh, so I can get the game running if I use .NET 46 and I remove mono. And the developers were like, well, we can actually fix that. And to his credit, the developer actually fixed the launcher, and it works with just default Wine 5.0 and mono. The game itself still has issues, and the way that the developer is trying to fix them is not ideal. You can check the issues tracker if you want to have a look, see what
Why
he's
don't you just be
suggesting.
grateful, hippie?
It's like, I'm grateful. I genuinely am. I didn't even think anything of it until I saw the mentions of wine in the issue template. But yeah, it's don't compile your own version of wine and attempt to distribute that with the launcher. Just submit the patches up.
Would it be easier if you just installed Windows?
I mean, if you want to deal with Windows,
No.
go ahead.
I didn't say long term.
I could probably, considering the game isn't really all that demanding because the game came out in like 2010, 2011-ish. Yeah, you could probably run it off of the virtual GPU that a VM will give you.
Well, all that aside, I'm going to say good on you for poking the dev, and as long as it ends up working at some point, and it will, and it's always good to see, the community bringing back online games that the developers are like, hey, is everyone enjoying this? Good, fuck you.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
EA has
that
been
that EA
prolific at that.
indiscriminately murders. Sure.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
times. Very good times.
Indeed.
But a good way to keep games
Flotilla.
around. Yeah. Open source them.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yes.
So this guy, Blendo Games, put out a game in 2010 called Flotilla. It was the first C# project he did. He used XNA. And he decided on his 10-year anniversary, he's going to open up the source. So yeah, this was like the first time he had developed a game that was not like a mod. It was a standalone game. And so as such, he admits there's a ton of jank, but then you raise a very good point about releasing old code samples. There's always something to learn, even from the bad stuff.
This is like something I fear a lot of stuff never, and I'm not even joking when I say this, gets released simply due to shame. Like, I don't want people seeing that. They're going to judge me, even though, like, hey man, this is me learning, and somebody can still take away something from it, but they don't want what is effectively the internet to show up with their opinions.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a lot of thing with like people not publishing like unfinished writing or art. It's good to get that out there. At the very least, you can get some feedback. You don't even have to listen to it. But the cool thing about this one is because it is built on XNA, getting this running under FNA is probably relatively trivial. So, you can do that. You can check out their GitHub and try to build it.
It's there, man. I mean, you still need the assets, but go for it. Have fun with it. I don't know if
Ethan helped out with the port, I think.
Right on.
Yeah, no, this is the developer says in the post, it's like he went through the official Microsoft XNA tutorial, but then
can you
he's
imagine
like,
going through that and actually getting
thing?
a game at the end? You're like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll get a game, but it'll be like move square to block 2, move square to block 3.
Optimism.
Yeah, and he used FNA to then bring it out, and it expects FNA, and you are supposed to drop the FNA precompiled binaries into the folder to make it run. And he's very upfront in saying this project was my C# coding education. So yeah.
Yep.
Also, one thing I noticed, the website doesn't have an SSL certificate, and we mentioned on Wednesday, it's like there's no excuse for that anymore.
Come on, man, just let him slide.
Maybe I'll let it float. How about that?
Hang on. I will say that was something. That's a valid point. That was something you do need to keep in mind. It's getting more and more difficult to get to your web zone if you do not have an SSL. I mean, the browsers will actively stop you, and the average person hits that, and Chrome or Firefox goes booga booga. Most people are like, nope, not going there.
Yep.
Yeah. Setting up a Let's Encrypt cert is actually pretty easy, especially if you only have one machine.
So I never played Ultima 5, so I have no nostalgia feels, but Linux builds.
Yeah, so there's this Ultima 5 Redux project that is being attempted, which is to sort of revive Ultima 5, and Neuromancer created a bit of an issue on their GitHubs, like, yo, can we get a Linux build of that? And
there is one. He produced it at one point because this is done in Unity, right? So, he said, "Yes, I got it. It launches technically. He hasn't really messed around with it too much, and he was having some problems because what he wanted to do was use GitHub's build service, and he couldn't figure out how to get that working with the Unity Linux build. So if someone can show him that, then we can get sort of repeatable builds." And we can start getting Linux snapshots for this. But yeah, the guy's doing an open Daggerfall, but instead of Daggerfall, it's Ultima 5, which is a fairly well-respected RPG from the Ultima series back in the day. So it's cool. This is, again, why you should be using cross-platform tools for your game development. The guy's like, hey, do you have a Linux port? Well, I press this button and it produced a tarball. Give it a shot. Yeah.
And it's still a really good way to, speaking of ways to like learn, is going back and doing re-implementations. But it's perfectly valid.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And something tells me that this is going to run miles better than Shroud of the Avatar.
DOSBox. Oh, yeah.
There is that
That other Ultima related Unity mess.
thing.
Yes, created by
sorry,
Richard Garriott. Go figure.
It's Gloom.
Gloom. Yeah, so I saw that and I thought, what, like the board game by Keith Baker? No, it's an old Amiga port, or it's not even a port. It is a clone
It's a
of
clone.
Doom for the
It's
Amiga.
a straight up
implementation.
Implementation of the first person shooter thing. But anyways, yeah, Gloom has a version, or rather, back in 2017, the company that held the IP released the source code and the assets to the public domain. So someone has taken that and turned that, you know how there's Z Doom, now there's Z Gloom. Now with power-ups and mouse look, all sorts of cool stuff that you can just use to run this old Doom clone on a modern system. It's good for game preservation, especially now that everything is public domain. So
Yeah, I think the only thing I'm waiting for is player rotation acceleration. Because I don't know what it is, but man, it sounds sexy. I want to try it.
it's when you put your game players on the teacup rides at Disneyland and you make
Go,
it
baby,
play.
go.
Yes, and it goes progressively faster. Yeah.
I'm down with that, man. I looked at this and was like, oh, am I going to have to go dig around the internet to try to find Amiga ass in some? No. Okay.
No. They straight up released them, and is this one that has the zlib licensing thing going on?
I would have to check the code, which I'm doing
know.
right now.
It's
Let's
using
Research.
SDL, so.
Yep. No.
Yep. No. Okay.
Listen.
Glad we got that cleared up.
Indeed.
No, the license in this one is don't know. The Gloom source release was only on the .s and .bb2 files are open source, but the Gloom executable bakes in some math lookup tables. But then they are generated by the bb2 files. Okay.
You know what?
So-
Download it, live a little. Don't worry about it.
Watch out, it's the police coming to your door for pirating
Splat.
software. Splat, more like does not build. Okay, so pure ski jumping. This is a Android based, or it's an Android game for ski jumping. I thought it might have been similar to Ski Free, but it's more like Excite Bike with skis. The build instructions are open it, clone the project, open it in Android Studio, and then run the jar from the build folder. So I install Android Studio.
Okay.
I clone the Git.
All right.
I check out both the master branch and the one tagged version they have on the public repo. I put it into Android Studio, and then I got Java errors. And that's the end of that, because I'm not fixing Java errors. No, sir. I was a little excited too, because like he's like, yeah, no, it's an Android game, but you can run it with desktop Java. It should be fine.
Supposedly, you can just launch the desktop launcher.java, and
see the problem with that, Pedro, is you need to compile the jar first, which it is unable to do.
Step one. That's kind of sad. man.
NetBeans. Just load up NetBeans. That's about as much Java as I know.
IntelliJ, that's what Android Studio is based off of now. I remember back when it was based on Eclipse, and like, why aren't my keyboard shortcuts working? Oh,
There you go. All right, that'll do it. Well, hey man, good try. Yeah, I get as far as like Android. No, don't go. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh, Java, no. I'll
It
pass,
needs
thanks.
multiplayer and a gambling mechanic. Then we can get Epic to give you some money.
yeah.
The only Java
true.
thing I still have is Minecraft.
I bought a copy of Minecraft and I've never played Minecraft.
I bought it back in the day when it was still in beta.
What's his name was doing it?
Notch.
Notch. It's like, here, have
Yes.
money. You're doing Linux inadvertently because I'm sure
Yes.
you were like, what? Oh, it runs on Linux.
I'm sure you
Neat.
didn't test for that.
Well,
yeah.
well, I mean, of course they want the dedicated server to run on Linux. What are you going to run that on a Windows machine?
Hey man, don't worry. Microsoft can now scan for viruses. Go watch our Wednesday show.
I know. Windows Defender on Linux. I
apt,
feel
baby.
I feel
Apt.
so
ATP,
safe.
but yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel so safe. Coming up next, we're going to talk to some people about Scale and their experiences
People.
they saw. Yeah,
People
I get
in the
to disappear
morning,
for a little
people
while.
in the evening, people
Ooh.
at supper time, when people are on a bagel. I don't know where I'm going with that.
You can eat people anytime. Yep.
Mmm, people.
People bagels.
Mm.
That's a show title.
People bagels.
You
Okay.
can
People
eat
bagels.
people anytime.
Speaking of show titles, Pang suggest them and vote on them for vote at vote.linksgamecast.com.
It's like, what? You're not going to narc me out? Sure, why not? Kaleidoscope of rabbit weasels. People bagels. That was quick.
That was me.
Really? What was my first clue? There it was.
Listen, there are many Frojos in the world, and I have to kill them all and absorb their power like Highlander.
Oh no, Jet Li's the one, baby. You're on a budget. You're not
Jet
cool
Li
enough for
versus Christopher Lambert. Actually, I don't know, because like they had to pay for the rights for all that Queen music.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
2 double W fries. Maybe fries. Katana did manage not to bother Jordan much.
we ran into you the one time. You can hang out with me, man. That's cool. I just look all unwelcoming because I hate people.
See, I tried saying that at work, and then I get people looking at me funny. It's like, no, go away. Shh.
No, you see, people
That's
take that as a
because they're like,
challenge.
listen, I just asked you to bring me my coffee, okay?
Pedro is the
That's the
executive
thing, I don't
boy.
ask people anything. I might ask my boss things, but she's my boss. That's her job.
Well, you got to think about it like this. I don't know what your mindset is. If I have to ask for help or anything like that, that's a sign of defeat. I've failed.
See,
I will
I
ask
used to
for
think like that.
assistance, though. But I mean, my first thought is like, we got this. We got this. You're like, what are you doing? I'm like, listen, man. I can. It's just a liver.
Things
I can
got out of
replace
hand
it.
a little bit,
It's not a problem.
but I'm doing it.
That's how you learn too.
Yeah,
That's how
no,
you break a lot of
I only
shit
asked
too.
my boss when I hit a brick wall. It's like, oh, okay, this is why I can't do this. Right. So when did this happen? Oh, that happened. Why weren't we told? Because person did it. It's like
Government bureaucracy.
no. See, that's why you gotta ask people, because you'll see something that's completely moronic, and you'll ask, why is this why it is? You go ask someone who's been there for a while, and they'll explain like, oh, there was some even bigger stupidity that this resulted from. This is the thing that allows that to work, and it would cost too much to re-implement it. And you go,
Yeah, no, this is the NHS. There is one particular
So they're all drunk.
website/web application that people in certain positions need to use every day that requires
Internet
Java.
Explorer.
Yes, and that's what the default is for everyone is Internet Explorer because of that one stupid website that requires Java.
oh, dude, my old roommate worked
Netscape
for a
Navigator
company that-
4.0.
So
We've gone to our boss. It's like, look, we can make a shortcut on the desktop to launch Internet Explorer to put just for that website. That's it.
Oh,
we can do that. We
cupcake.
can set
You're
that
not,
up.
That's retraining. It costs $1
No,
million
see,
to
wait,
retrain everyone.
What you got to do is the next level shit where your stuff requires an Internet Explorer so old that we can't securely deploy it. So what we'll
Ooh.
do is we'll set up a VNC server on an air-gapped or on a fairly isolated machine running Windows XP that can use the ActiveX extensions and the old-ass version of Visual Basic Script. And then you can just stream it via an iPad and just use it that way.
When did you start working for the government, dude? Oh,
That is e-health in Ontario, man.
oh man.
Doctors,
that sounds
man.
frighteningly
Doctors.
legit too. Yeah. That was our better solution. You should have seen the original.
It's like we tell people, it's like, no, you want to open it, you can either type default into the Windows Start menu and set Chrome as the default every single time you start your laptop because, hey, we're not allowed to change it because we're at the bottom of the barrel.
You type that Katana, but somewhere there's a poor bastard's like, I have to support that.
Yeah, I was that poor bastard for a while. It's like, why can't we do this? Because Internet Explorer 6 won't support it.
And somewhere somebody's in charge of a bunch of embedded systems, all running Windows XP, telling me to go fuck myself. Rightfully so.
Yeah. Was that how fucked is my database? It's not a database. It's you don't query it. You write a MapReduce function on this memory-based key value store. Bill, did you just tell me to go fuck myself? Yes, I did, Frank. Yes, I did. Yeah, Don, that's definitely a thing. See, no, what you do is you just replace the shortcut for Internet Explorer with Chrome, and then you just don't tell them, and they never know.
That's a valid thing, man. I mean, you kids kind of missed out on web development in the right towards the end of the 90s when DHTML was the thing, because I was sitting there with Dreamweaver on a Mac having to make two completely different fucking sites for that bullshit. Got really good at detecting browsers.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Microsoft. Oh. .NET. Yeah, man. ActiveX was a thing too. You don't know what you missed, man.
ActiveX extensions.
What's that? You want cross-site scripting vulnerabilities? ActiveX.
Dude.
That particular bit of functionality.
You want your browser to have like root level access to your system? ActiveX extensions.
Microsoft, take two on that. We'll call it Silverlight. Yeah.
No, that's Flash. It's like, oh, Adobe made Flash. That sounds really bad. We can do worse.
Pedro, that was Microsoft
Silverlight.
looking at Flash and going, "It's way too secure."
I know, because our telephony system runs on Silverlight.
Nice. Well, we had, what was it, Moonlight? Probably still do it.
Yes, Moonlight and then Pipelight.
Pipeline.
Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah, Pipeline, which would run the browser in Wine and stream it back to you.
Oh, no. It worked by the end. It worked with the native version of Firefox, but it contained the extension file in Wine. Basically, it loaded the extension loaded Wine to load Silverlight. I know, because I had to set it up for my parents so they could have like a kitchen computer to watch TV.
I would have. Can you divorce your parents?
They did.
Okay.
I had nothing to do with it, I think.
Oh, I don't know, man. You might have just like hit on something. We might need to get everyone in counseling and talk about that incident with a kitchen computer. That could be the root.
Again, I wasn't present for those meetings, so.
All right, let's do our little bit of hate mail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we'll
Yeah,
end the
non-linear
show.
editing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm really excited for a burger. I'm very hungry. I had 3 eggs and some bacon. Well, I had those 2 sandwiches this morning, and that was it.
Barely counts as a meal, man.
I mean, that's a meal of 3.
Protein and carbs.
Yeah, that's what the whiskey's for. Staves off the hunger.
And the stickers. Stickers.
Delicious stickers in the room too.
And wouldn't you know it, it's the end of the show. So, if you like this scale special, why did I hit the microphone arm? I don't know, but I did. If you like this scale special, let us know. Go to linuxgamecast.com, hit the contact button, and send us some hate mail. The little thing that you need to choose on the box is LGC Weekly. That's the default one, so it shouldn't be terribly difficult. If for some reason you're a game developer and you'd like to throw us some keys for us to throw some chairs at your video game, you can do that too. Just make sure you send 3 of them. It's not that hard. So, Well,
It's
I
so hard.
suppose we
If
can
you got some
get
audio
into...
shit laying around,
yes.
send it to my ranch, man. I'm running a reserve for unloved audio equipment, so we can
A
actually
compound, you might say.
No, a reserve.
Yes.
A
you
preserve.
you can put your old audio equipment out to pasture.
No, I'm pickling them. I'm putting them in vinegar. I'm preserving them.
I mean, that's how you get good sound out of them, right?
Pay
You just-
attention, dude. Vintage, man. It's real retro. Okay, we only got one this week, but that's not a bad thing.
Yes.
It comes from Corey. Corey writes
Ooh.
a very legitimate question, which caused me to go, wait a minute. What? Oh yeah, that's right. LGC subreddit. Corey's like, yo, man, is this maintained by your group, which is reddit.com or Linux GameCast? If so, is there a way to be granted access if it's still active? Question mark. I've stumbled on your podcast a couple of months ago and have been actively listening ever since. Corey.
Why would you do that to yourself?
I know. Like, really? Come back for more?
who made that Reddit? Was that you even?
Yeah, I made it as a like just in case years ago, man. I mean, that thing is probably at least 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And we've actively not done a damn thing with it.
Oh, it's
We've
a squat.
been
All right,
we've been
cool.
squatting on it. Yeah.
It was just to make sure, like hamsters and bikinis wasn't.
Or the whole "our trees are marijuana enthusiasts," because our marijuana enthusiasts is just like people who are like posting about like actual trees.
Exactly. Yeah, we're just squatting on it. You're not missing anything. If you want to come hang with us, the other 6 days of the week, we're in Discord for patrons, but no paywall. We have IRC. Hashtag LGC Weekly at Freenode.
Yeah.
That's a great way.
It gets
LGC
bridged to
dash
Discord as
weekly?
well
Yeah.
for the live chats. So
We do have that bridge. So, I mean, if you just like at Vin or at Frojo or at Pedro unaccounted for, we'll get the message and we'll tippy tap you back, man.
Yep.
Come hang out with the community.
Yeah.
We're there. Maybe not as cool as Reddit, but yeah, I'm kidding. It's a lot cooler than Reddit. Reddit.
yeah, you got to check out that LGC vote, man. That's where
Dude,
all the
I
party
think I
is.
got the 14-year badge on Reddit recently.
Mm.
Yes. I'm that guy.
Are you proud of yourself?
Man, I'm scared to go back and look. Can you imagine? Like 14 years ago. Like, oh no, let's not do that. But if you have any thoughts, hints, allegations, things better left unsaid, or you just want to throw some hardware in my face, it'd be kind of hot. Do what Pedro said. But until then, and until next week, we're going to cue that music. You can always find us around 8:30 Eastern Standard Moon Time. What time is that in California?
It is 4:30 in the
5:30.
afternoon.
5:30.
5:30, whatever.
It's
It was-
3
it was
hours
four-
earlier.
it was-
Good day,
on.
sir.
It was 4:30 when I got back.
That's
Shut
for our
up.
pre super shows
Shut
and so up live in Discord. We'll go live
Yeah.
with that. Audio video versions available after the fact. We got podcasts. We're on the YouTubes. I think we got a YouTube channel. You can watch us there. And check us out. We're live on Twitch in your face doing that. I'm Vin Stone on Twitter. That's somehow our official LGC Twitter thing now. Deal with it. I still post random stuff there as well.
I'm Jordan Spunk. I'm temporarily
Continually
displaced.
temporarily.
I guess I'm continually temporarily displaced as well. You can find me on Twitter at the Burning Fool. Very rarely do I post a Mastodon on our Mastodon at Frojo at mass.linuxgamecast.com.
Much to
I wonder if I can say
Matthew's
Mastodon
anger.
more. Yes. He
Yes,
just gotta
I
not leave
will
his
get
computer
the
unlocked.
I will get the occasional email from Mastodon saying you have notifications. Like, oh great, I suppose I should go read them. But
Nah.
if you actually want me to read your notifications, at and accounted for on Twitter is where you should poke me, because I'll actually read them. I
him a
always
little
have that
slap
tab
and tickle.
open.
Remember, kids, don't poke the Pedro.
Oh, poke me.
the Pedro.
Poke me hard, daddy.
You peg him. Don't poke.
Poke him right in his eye.
Hey, let's get the wrong credits in. Why not?
Weekly, daily, Wednesday,
Why are they
on,
so tiny?
on a Saturday.
What, Pedro? What?
N.
Do you want me to pull this over right now? Yeah, I gotta make it smaller.
How small can you make it then?
Don't tempt me.
I
I
think
will.
I think OBS straight up allows you to make it 1 pixel by 1 pixel.
Oh, Jordan, you know how well you've disappeared a scene before. You're like, all right, let's nuke that one and start over.
Oh yeah,
That one's gone. It's lost to the ages.
it's gone forever. There might have been some good stuff in there. I'm not gonna ever recover it. Oh, good times.
Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Brad.
That'll probably be right in the real show. All right, John, if I we'll see you next
Probably.
week.
Bye, bye, Patreons. You'll see the real credits later. All right. So what's the arrangement going to be? I'm going to have these guys line up by the door, and then they'll come in one at a time.
You can just get everybody in there. See if you
All
have
right.
echo cancellation cut on that thing.
I do have echo cancellation in Discord, but that's a
Cut it off.
cut it off.
Yeah, you were getting some ducking.
Okay.
We have advanced audio technology to do that here.
All right. Echo cancellation. See you in hell. It's gone forever.
Yay!
Neato.
Let's see. SoCal Linux
Scale
Expo.
18X. At the Pasadena Convention Center, right in the middle of America's Got Talent. So many talented Americans outside.
Do we need to update this site? Wait, is this 18?
No.
You're already on 18.
Yeah, yeah, it's already on 18.
Oh, that was a purism person there.
All right. We have that.
Okay, I'm gonna go gather the troops.
Yay! Sorry,
R.I.P. microphone users, headphone users, not microphone. I've been drinking.
Somebody just spit out their drink. Like, what? That's because they were watching something on TV and it surprised them, not what you said.
Yeah, clearly I need to drink some more there, Don.
Thank you. We try. We'll get it figured out one day. See, now I want everyone who's like, you need to do more interview. No, which we plan on doing. This is what somebody knows what the fuck they're doing, kids. As a remote. I'm like, oh, yes. Like, so how do I hook this up?
Oh, there's an ass.
It's like, oh, the camera door's open. Everybody's going to run in here. Hang on.
Linda,
And Linda.
Hello.
and we got Jill.
That's Jill.
That's yep. Sure, let's go.
Confirmed.
With that. Okay.
I'm just going to start rolling tape. We'll see what happens.
I'm just gonna start slapping Atomic around. Come here.
All right. Do I want to put anything here? Boop. What's the hole?
Lemons.
Boom. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. I still had that left over from last time. I think. Let me access.
Yeah, you gotta scooch around.
I'm not trying to be fresh.
Why can't I? Wait, is that it? No.
Okay.
Let me.
You say
Oh,
so.
I have the entire thing locked. No wonder. There we
I'd marry her first.
Yeah, it's not gonna let you change things.
Shut up, Pedro. There. Are you happy now? Wait, hang on. There we go. I'm really pissed.
No, just put it right over Pedro's face.
I tried that. It filed a complaint.
Oh, damn it. Okay, well,
Give me 1 second. Let me get this.
yeah.
That's good.
And then these people get to actually, you guys will actually get to wear headphones and talk into yon microphone.
Right. Throw it on the
I don't know what I was
ground. Get the Star Trek music going. And make them fight for it. Dun, dun, dun,
Yes.
dun.
They're taking
You're taking
selfies.
selfies. Yeah, I just noticed that. I was like, wow. All right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That happened. All right. Let's take that and beautiful people. Normally we have the chairquisition kicking in right now, trying to melt your face off with chairs and video games and how they run on Linux. But once a year, it's like Christmas, but in California, with people who are decidedly not Saint Nick. Nay, they terrify that poor man. But we have a gang of people that showed up, and they went to the scale thing. It's not what you think. They don't have a scale convention. You don't step on things and it weighs you. This is not the case. We talked about that, Pedro, right?
We made several puns relating to scales
Scale-related
and
puns.
how they shrink
Mm,
or they get blown up, whatever.
I don't know. But we're going to talk to everyone who showed up and made the trip out and kind of get their hot, mild, or spicy, or is there anything lower than mild? Is that just straight up tomatoes? Like tomato sauce?
Yeah, no, it's just ketchup. Yeah.
Spicy ketchup action. All right, Jordan, who do we have up first?
So that she stops leaning on my leg, we're gonna make Linda go first
All right.
because I need to stand up. Linda, say hello to the people.
Have fun, sleepy leg man.
Hello, beautiful people.
What's going
Hello.
on? You and she made it all the way out from
Coos Bay, Oregon.
Coos Oregon.
It was almost a 20-hour drive
That's a bit.
because I had to stop at every rest stop.
Oh,
That is a
I just love to
significant
take
drive.
pictures that much. Yes, it was a significant drive. It was quite long.
so what was scale
But
about?
but the
what
but
did
the
you run
but
into?
the end was, oh well, scale for me was a lot of questions. I am I am not well versed in anything, so basically it was me walking up to every single table and going, so what does your product do?
Oh, you made so many people so happy.
I don't know. Something
I-
makes me think about like Matthew. Matthew's like, oh, that's the person asking me what it does.
No, I think Strider is the exception there. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I can see straight up hissing at somebody.
Oh. I think I was hoping for a little more gaming and maybe something a little more about podcasting, but I got so much information for my sci-fi book. It's fantastic. I was really pleased I showed up for this.
And you can basically just like roll in with just a very literal explanation of your experience at scale and be like, yeah, somebody just made that shit up. You got a great imagination.
Yep.
I also got enough stickers to make a suit.
I thought you said soup, and I was curious.
If you like soup made out of
Sticker soup?
stickers, it's sticker soup.
Hey, man, live a little. I mean, don't judge. That's kind of brilliant. So you had a good time. Do you think you'll be coming back?
If I have enough money, yeah.
Yeah.
It is expensive to drive all the way down and and afford food.
Spend a couple of days in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spend days in California because I think one of the biggest realizations was coming down here and going, oh, that's right. You have to pay tax down here.
Yes.
Something absurd. I hear they have
I felt-
expensive
I felt
Ethernet
a- I-
cables.
I felt a little dirty knowing I had to pay sales tax.
That's not how real Americans do it.
Oh, Pedro can't hear you over the sound of the VAT.
Yeah, no, 20% VAT on everything.
Yeah. Good time.
Well, the one person I definitely have to thank is my husband, because he has been an absolute brick. Shay has gone with me everywhere, no matter where I wanted to go, and he sat down with me every time I wanted to have a beer or coffee or, ask somebody really silly questions. And he's been wonderful. Never questioned it ever. So I hope he had as much fun as I did.
You'll find out next year. He's like, no.
Yes.
Go back. Oh my God, not again.
That's kind
Was this your first scale outing?
This was my first scale outing. Actually, it's my second Linux outing, I think, ever.
All right.
It's wonderful to be around, Linuxy people. It's very nice. I enjoyed it.
It gets old after a while. Don't worry about it.
And Salty just gifted you some resubs. How about
there
that?
you go.
Yay! Thank you, Salty.
All right. Who do we got up next?
Up next, I guess it's the Atomic Ass himself.
You.
Did you drive?
Hello.
Yes, I fucking drove.
Damn. In that Prius?
Yes.
What's it smell like? That's what I thought.
Sweat
but-
and sadness.
It hasn't really lost its new car smell.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, it is a Prius. It's got to have something other than mileage.
It's got 199,000 miles on it.
Yeah. Did you tow anything?
Yeah. One of those old teardrop campers.
Oh, wait. Well, that was probably halfway decent on the mileage.
Yeah.
I think the average is just around 30.
Around 30? That's not too bad. So, man, what was it like going to scale with these weirdos?
It was horrendous.
Oh, yeah. Tell, Dish girlfriend.
Tell us how you really feel.
What's weirder is the people you meet at the conference.
Okay.
Do tell.
I'm
Go
just
on.
gonna theoretically pretend you're on a live show and elaborate.
They actually take things seriously over there.
Like what? I mean,
Yeah, you can't just walk in. Hey, assholes, how's it going?
Yeah, I know.
then Bobby realized he wasn't on the internet.
Yes.
What did you see? What did you do, man?
Attended a couple of talks.
Like what?
Went around, collected some NASCAR.
What talks?
Let's see. One on DNS. Another one on BPF.
BPF?
Berkeley Packet Filter.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they're using it in Linux, but they're using it as like a dtrace, and that's something I'm going to try to figure out.
For fun?
But maybe we shall see.
Go for it, Pedro. Do you got any questions? I've ran out my salvo. I'm empty. Your turn. See if you can get him to talk.
It's difficult.
I don't know. I don't know. So out of like everyone that you met first time around, what were your impressions of the people there at the LGC Airbnb thing?
Jordan is fucking massive. That's
Yes,
That's,
we've established that.
I'm talking about his
Go
heart,
on.
you perverts. Was that your first time meeting Strider? Or second? You've been there before.
No,
They let you
second.
back. Yeah.
Because when I was at Redondo Beach, I met him there.
Right on.
Oh yeah, that was a couple of months ago. I remember seeing pictures of that.
Yeah.
Did anybody else at the conference have t-shirts tucked into their pants?
Practically everyone.
Okay. I saw a different set of
California is
pictures.
weird.
Yeah. All right. Your
Okay,
roasting's over.
I have one last question.
No, it's too late. The internet's not ready for your knowledge. Go ahead. Oh, look, he froze. I legitimately have nothing to do with that. Nothing. Not a thing.
Hello, hello. Uh-oh.
Hands up,
Pedro
baby.
died.
No, the Jitsi just had a bit of a fit there.
No, I
Okay.
just have to prove because that is exactly some type of dick move I would have done to cut you off.
No,
Aw,
it was Jitsi just
poor
froze
Pedro.
again. It's like, okay, are you going to unfreeze? And then it did. So
And I'm
yeah.
going to be honest with you, Internet, I feel deprived. I was unable to do that. I was in the middle of reaching for his mute button. Okay,
Hello,
Joe.
Ben and Pedro. Yay!
Hello.
So I got some pretty
See,
good interviews.
We can't see directly up your nose, so lean in a little harder.
Yes.
There you go.
Jordan. And yeah, so I
Who'd you
did
talk to?
I got 2 interviews with Baturgia,
Two?
which I hadn't heard of before, so that's going to be a fun
Two
one.
interviews. Did the first one not take? They kick you out?
Well, actually, I ended up doing 3 interviews with them because the first one there was too much overmodulation on the mic. So then we did a second take, which was even better, and then I interviewed a second person at the booth on a different subject, which you will find out. But the big deal was today I interviewed the Linux Foundation.
Are they still
All right.
making foundations?
Yeah. Well, it's quite an honor because they don't just let anyone interview them. So I will tell you more about that later.
You don't have to tell me. I'm the one editing the videos, man. Come on. Just like, oh, I'll tell you. I was like, I'll find out. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't stated in the interview itself. This was after the interview. Something
Then
that
it's kind of
happened.
pointless, isn't it? If it's not in the interview.
No, it was a great interview.
See, it's fun. Jill's like, there's got to be some secret.
It's got to.
We know.
Yeah,
we know.
I
Calm
want to
down.
save it. I want to
Dial
save
it back.
it.
So what else
It's
went on?
exciting. Okay. So we did beautifully at the Linux Chick-fil-A booth.
How did
We
your
handed
wheel
out
go?
tons of swag. Wheel went beautifully because Steve Husband, modified it and put the right bearings on it, so it looks
Did it
beautiful.
spin?
It spins beautiful. In fact, it spins so well it takes a long time for it to stop if you push it hard.
See, there you gotta have fun with it, man. You needed to have like
Yeah.
it just glued to it, like give it a spin. And they just slap it. Look at you confused.
There.
You just run off.
Yeah. And I actually this time I kind of spaced it out. I'm still doing quite a few interviews, but not quite as many as last year. And part of that is because we've got about half the attendance. So, and then some of the people that I wanted to interview didn't come last minute. But I have other people I'm going to interview. We have about 3,500 this time. This scale last year was
See, I don't know if I can do
over
I think
5,000.
like 3,200 interviews minimum.
Yeah. And yeah, there's so I have a lot of new people I can interview, which I have this really neat open source router project that I'm gonna interview tomorrow. So that's really cool. But it's just despite what's going on in the world with the virus and all that junk, we still are having a great scale. All the core diehards are there. So and it's almost like it's scale from 7 years ago,
Okay.
in size.
All right.
So it really has a really nice community feel because there are fewer people and it's just kind of us diehards getting together. And one of the interesting things that happen is because of said virus, a lot of the booths, the people that were going to be manning certain company booths that we normally see couldn't come out because the companies wouldn't let them fly out. So they got local people from the community to fill in for them. So we have, as a result of that, there's a lot of new people at scale.
That's awesome.
So
Did you guys have
been...
time to play Spot Patient Zero?
Yeah.
You'll find the person who is licking the
Oh no,
Yeah.
there'd be some jackhole walking around sipping on a Corona Light.
Yeah, so but they have done such a marvelous job. They keep updating on their front page about what they're, encouraging everyone to do fist bumps and not shake hands and just, taking precautions. But of
You got to
course,
give
there's my
everyone at
friends.
scale credit with the project because everybody's canceling everything. Even South by South
Exactly.
Wicked got canceled, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
we heard that. We heard that, and that's what amazing is the scale community is like. You know what? It's not an issue right now in SoCal. We're just going to go with it, and we encourage. We recommend the people that are sick, please do not come. So I actually had some friends that had colds and flus that did not come because of that, and I'm people were
That's
heeding
good, man.
the
Self-preservation's
rules.
a strong
Yeah.
motivator.
Yeah.
And you know what? Apply this method, this particular method of thinking to all conventions going forward.
Nope.
Yes.
How's that?
Yes.
Confunk.
Exactly. And that's why,
Yeah.
that's what the Linux community is about. We're progressive and we don't,
Basic
go into
hygiene.
the hype
Linux.
and
I know.
basic yes, basic hygiene, but just common sense. I mean, I'm always washing my hands at conventions because I'm OCD and I just do that anyways. And my husband said, "Oh, honey, if everyone was like you, no one would be sick at conventions because
Yeah, they
always
would.
washing my hands."
They would. They'd be
But I'm
definitely
always-
ill because they never exercise their immune system. They have T cells that are confused. Not know
Yeah,
what
they'd
to...
go outside, take a deep breath. It's like, oh, I have a
Bud.
cold now.
Like, oh, they're gone. Lost another one. Bubble people.
True that. And
All right.
everyone was noticing that my hands are my top layer of skin
Chapped.
is not
We
there.
were
like-
making not you, just the chapped hand people earlier in the pre-super shows. And
Yeah. Yeah, we all have chapped hands from all that
there
alcohol.
we go. There we go.
Oh, safety wizard.
So-
Right on.
So guess what? Alan won.
I don't know. Tell us.
The
Hey,
The
listen,
video
audio
land.
podcast listeners, which are most of you, I'm trying to help you out.
Yes. Okay. So I'm wearing a hat of the Videolan logo, which is
You're a
safety
safety
cone
wizard.
for the
Nah,
stream.
this
So
is
I am the
inaccurate.
official
I will not-
safety wizard.
I cannot endorse this inaccuracy. You're wearing a hat on a hat.
Yes. Yes. So Alan was so proud. He Jill, guess what I won? I won the safety wizard hat. And I go, okay, don't tell anyone. We didn't even tell Jordan. I said, we'll save it for the show. So
That'd be awesome. Be like, oh, guess what I stole?
Yes.
Okay. So now the group has finally showed up. Those that went to dinner, I decided to come here early. So they're back from dinner and each person is ready. We've got Kai Linux up next. And his first scale.
Oh, he's still there.
and-
Okay.
Yes, he
See-
is.
The secret. Go for it.
Okay. Love you guys.
Yep,
Talk to
bye-bye.
you soon.
Dude, you gotta admit, like when we look at it in the background, Jordan looks like Gandalf on a 5,000 calorie a day diet.
Gandalf, the safety wizard.
Gandalf's a safety wizard, man.
Hey guys.
Hey, man, you made it all the way out there. Where did you guys
made
come
it
from?
all the
San
way
Fran?
out. San Fran, yeah.
Oof, that's
Yeah.
a bit of a drive.
Yeah, a little bit. It was about
Yeah.
about 6 hours and some change. But
I'm just sitting
it was
back and
a- it
hoping
was a good
nobody's
trip.
got lice. That's all that's going through my head right now.
Oh yeah, you just put that fear in my mind now. No,
Man.
I'm sure everyone's
Yeah,
fine.
no, that hat's already been on 3 heads now, so
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
not
then I'm
touching
doing
that
well.
one.
Then. Corona, lice,
Right, right.
Take
That
your
sounds
pick.
Ah,
good.
yes.
right?
The COVID lice. Let's go with that.
Yeah, definitely.
So, having to
Alright.
deal with those whack jobs aside, man, what was Scale about? I know the attendance was cut down a bit.
Yeah, so it seemed rather low key when I got there as far as the number of folks. Because I saw a video that Jill posted a couple years back. I think it's like scaled back in 2016, and it looked, ram packed in that video. But when I went in today, it's like, oh, okay, it's a little bit more dispersed. But I had no problem with that. I'm kind of glad that it was low key because then I can not be overwhelmed as I'm navigating around the place. So, just spent a good amount of time asking different vendors random questions about what it is that they do, just because I'm new to this entire thing.
Right.
Not just my first scale, but also, I'm new to Linux in a general sense. It's only been like maybe 5 years of using it. So yeah,
I don't know,
still
man.
feel like
I've
a
seen some
bit of
kids
a
on the
baby.
internet that have been using Arch for like 2-3 weeks, man. Telling me I need to get my
No.
shit together.
Well, you got to keep in mind these kids learn a lot more quickly than we do
That's right.
nowadays. You know, the minds are a bit
That's how
sharper.
it works.
All right.
I gotta be real with you. This is a side. Jordan's drinking another one of those bastard beverages. There must be nothing in the house. He's drinking caffeine-free Diet Pepsi. That is the fuck you of sodas.
Jordan, careful with what you're drinking. you're being monitored and judged.
Did you see anything wild? I tried to keep up with the Scale 18 hashtag on the Twitters, and I didn't.
So nothing too crazy. I saw some folks in some really interesting outfits, like some costumes.
Okay, so
I
wait a
think
minute.
one was a frogman, but
there
I
was
couldn't
cosplay.
tell.
There was cosplay at Scale.
There was a little bit, just a little bit.
I don't know if that's
a few folks with these kind of hats too, which
was
kind of cool.
I mean, the
was
safety
wondering what the deal
wizards,
was
yeah,
with it.
we know about them. You should totally go up to one of them and call him a safety wizard. See how that works.
See, I should have done that. See, I thought they were with VLC, left it alone, but safety wizard makes a lot more sense.
Normally on the street, when you walk up to somebody with a traffic cone hat on and you say "Safety Wizard VLC," they're going to look at you with a blank stare. Nay, not at Scale. They're going to look you dead in the eye and say, "Get away from me."
Scale is a zone where we are not concerned with the hats.
That's
Out
brilliant,
in the
man.
street, they might call the police.
Maybe you'll blow back up again next year. Do you think you'll be able to talk work into? I know you guys were chatting in Discord.
Yeah.
Get like
Yeah,
a
I
full
mean,
pass.
Yeah, so I'm hoping next year to actually get the full pass in order to go to some of the sessions. I ran into one of the guys maintaining the GitLab, that their whole setup and community, staying at the same hotel I'm at. So we were chatting it up, and he mentioned that, oh yeah, we're hoping to, I guess next year they're gonna do a larger community event. They did a big one here, but I missed that. That was yesterday. Just trying to get people involved, contribute to the project, build on GitLab, etc. But he was sad that I missed it. I was sad that I missed it as well.
Right.
But it's good to know that is also part of this whole thing. It's more than just Linux. It's open source in a general sense. Hopefully next year, when there's no virus to be concerned about, we'll see more people and have more opportunities to learn a bit more. But I'm excited. I think, again, this is good for a first. If there's one positive thing to come out of this whole virus fiasco, is that I wasn't overwhelmed at a convention. So there's
All
that.
right.
There's that. Yeah,
Everything's cool, man. I'm glad that that's rocking on. Except for you, Oracle. I heard you were there. You killed Sun. You can die in all the fights.
Let's give them a pass. They're going through some things.
Can we look forward to some scale-themed videos on your channel?
Yeah, definitely. So we've got some video inception going. Filming,
All right.
Jill filming interviews. So I'll include a small clip of that, but it'll just be like a quick overview of going through the expo, and nothing too in depth. I'm really looking forward to LWDW to see the interviews though, because I wasn't there for all of them. Interested in hearing everything that went on. Yeah, man. But yeah, if you guys are interested, is it cool for me to plug?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's try it. Let's do it together.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing the scale footage that I was able to put together, oh snap, lights off. We're good.
You're being sabotaged locally. It's
I know,
amazing.
that's what happens when you try plugging another show on a show, and you get the mic cut and the lights. No, yeah, if you check out Kai Linux Cast on YouTube, I'll have a scale video up, just footage of the expo and me just discussing my experience as a first timer and a new Linux user. And yeah, man, that's about
right
it.
on.
Yeah, but appreciate you guys throwing this whole thing together, and the whole crew here has been awesome. It's as if the Discord is alive.
Yeah.
Until it's over, it's completely unsanctioned and unofficial. Then once there's no police reports or warrants or anything,
then we can
The
say it
night
was
is still
totally
young, Vince.
planned. Yes.
allegedly.
Night is still
All right,
young.
man.
We'll see.
That's brilliant.
All right. Y'all take care.
See ya.
Yeah. All right.
Who do we got next?
Oh, is that an Alan?
Hey, Alan, what's up? Long time no talk.
Hello.
Now you have
The
lice.
fourth safety wizard.
Oh man. So I heard you were put in charge of videography once more.
Yep.
Yep.
Basically, you
Yep,
own a
yep,
camera,
yep.
so you're in charge now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go for it, Pedro. You got to do some work.
Okay, so differences between last year and the experience of following Jill around and basically interviewing the people that she wanted to interview to this year. Noticeable improvement?
Yes. Making sure that she gives the microphone to the other.
Thank
person
you.
being interviewed. Yes.
Yes. Very good.
Me and
Um,
hours of editing. Thanks you.
Yeah.
So,
she was
what
actually-
camera have you been using?
Nikon D3000.
Yeah, Nikon D3300, just same as last year.
Right.
You also got a D3S and Panasonic some camera, other cameras backup. But yeah, main camera's still the same.
What's up with the lights in that room?
I don't know. Maybe you should check the wiring or something.
I don't know. I'd be throwing stuff at people at this point, man. Okay, out of like having to like record everyone and all that, what was the coolest thing there? Like for reals?
Oh man. I don't know. Things have recording wise, things have been more calm, normal. This not. Can't really say there's.
Did you see like a booth or a
anything.
presentation or anything that was like, oh, that's neat?
Let's see. I guess when I was filming some B-roll footage, there was this LED cube with plasma effect on it.
What was
pretty
powering
cool.
it? Spite?
Go. The Go programming language.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
what about the
Tiny
hardware?
Go booth. Hardware. I forget what they said it was. They said that there were no FPGAs involved, which apparently is an achievement regarding LED arrays.
Okay. In the world
Okay.
of addressable RGBs, you'd think that whatever. But
I don't know, man.
did you? Oh,
No, fine.
let's
Cut me
see.
off again.
Okay, go ahead.
You couldn't cut me any deeper. What did man? Now that I want a SCO t-shirt to wear because Oracle was there, right?
Yes, they were. I didn't really get a good look at their booth.
That's for the best,
what they had
really.
there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't want to like snap. Why did you kill Sun? You monsters! The only reason you bought Sun was to kill Google, and you failed at that too because you suck.
Yeah.
Anything else, Alan? What can the beautiful people look forward to in the videos to come?
Let's see.
Rampant profanity,
yes,
lewd.
Yes. Jill actually losing it with someone and throwing the microphone.
Nah, man, I want to see like behind the scenes, like a mockumentary shot, like at the house, Road Rules style.
Yeah, well, the night's still young. I might still have something to record
Oh,
yet.
yeah. Instead of Big Brother,
Okay.
it could be Oh Bother. Big Brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
bother. Okay, so I guess we need to talk about the safety wizard hat. Tell us about it.
Oh,
How'd you get it?
right, yes. The Videoland booth was actually raffling these off hourly.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, so, once every
See.
hour.
okay. We'll cut that out, Pedro. The original story that we got.
Much better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
much
no, that's
better.
disappointing.
Ah. So I mean, at least did they like shoot you though? I'm just messing with you at this point. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
This legendary story, Bruce Campbell-esque with a rip the. But no, they were raffling a one off every hour. All right, right on. Still, you got a hat, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
Who's going to try to take it from you?
Well, Jordan already did.
No, I mean like for
Like-
keepsies.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, actually take it, as in not let you
Yeah,
have it
yeah.
back.
Yeah, who do you think that first person
Uh,
for that conversation is like? So, Alan, about that hat.
I would probably still say Jordan.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Cool. Is there anything else?
Yeah. No, I guess that's about it.
Do you have someone in line up next?
Yeah, apparently so.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just here, man.
See ya,
People are
man.
showing up. All right.
Have a good one.
Right, thanks. See ya.
Seeing how long I can go between breaks.
Oh, it's Jill again.
Whoops. No, someone new to our community that I want you to meet, and he has a fun story to tell. That
All right.
what happened at scale.
How exactly did
Hello.
you get roped into this?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Thanks, Joe.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
how
man?
exactly did Jill convince you to do this?
Blackmail. It's usually blackmail or kidnapping.
I'm not exactly sure, but here I am. So
All right. So you
This
got a
is,
story
All
to
right.
tell, man.
We were promised a
Yeah,
story, yes.
this is my first time at Scale 18 or any Scale convention, and thanks to Joe, she invited me and told me about it, introduced me to Linux, and so far I'm enjoying Linux and everything she's done for me and taught me. But anyways, to the story, I'm looking for the place, right? I'm walking over and I see this huge line, so I wait in line. But I do remember Joe saying that all I had to do was go up to some computers, put in my code, and they'd print out my ticket. And I didn't see that, so I just wait in line. Then some people, older gentleman said you have to go to another line, get your ticket. I go to the second line, and these young ladies start passing out these like little sheets of paper, and they say write your email on them. I'm like, okay. And then the lady comes back and she's like, do you have your ticket? And I'm looking for my ticket and I couldn't find it in my emails. Eventually I find it and she's like, all right, let me see it. And I show it to her and she says, that's not the right ticket or whatever. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, this is for Scale. I'm like, yeah, that's where I'm trying to go. And she lifts her finger and points over. She's like, that's Scale over there. This is America's Got Talent.
Oh man.
And I was
Almost
like,
had it.
I was like, oh really? And I should have noticed the signs because I see people like extremely excited. I see a lot of like young people, but like kind of quirky looking people. And I'm like, man, these people are so hyped up for Scale. I'm like, man, I am too, but I'm trying to hide it. And end up finding out I'm in the wrong. Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, so you're saying that people lighting up for America's Got Talent are quirkier than a bunch of Linux nerds?
Nah, man, they just do better drugs.
I think so, yeah. But yeah, eventually
All right.
walked into Scale. It was exactly like Joe said. Walked up to the computer, put in my code, registered, got my little pass printed out with my name, and I was good to go. And I've been having fun ever since.
Right on. Do you think you'll be back next year?
Oh, definitely. I definitely will.
You heard that, Jill?
Yep.
Didn't.
Nope.
Not my fault.
Well, I don't think. Oh God, I forgot his name.
You monster.
Jill mentioned his name and I forgot.
We'll edit this maybe.
Let's see if Jordan can sort that out with a quickness. Maybe. Perhaps. Who knows?
Possibly. Yeah, America's got scale. That works.
Jordan, if you're looking at us on the
No.
TV right now,
Did you
go
see
check your laptop.
that boy had a sandwich?
Yeah, it was hovering.
And a traffic cone hat. We'll never see him again. He's lost to us.
There we go.
And things worked. The moral of the story is don't close Discord.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
That,
And up
Oh, was
next,
that what
it's the
happened?
Steve.
the Steve update of the
Linux.
week. Cool. He doesn't know how it works.
No. Too close, Steve. Too close for Steve.
All right, we have our nostril
Hello.
update.
Have you,
Hello.
have you worn the traffic cone hat yet?
No, it makes me sad.
You really
But
should put
this
it
year
on.
I did.
Oh, Jill is hovering. Yes, she doesn't trust you.
Help me.
So, Steve, what's going on? Let's pretend we're doing a live show. What's up, buddy?
Yes.
Oh. Well, this year I brought an orange to scale
Why?
because they ate the banana,
Oh God, I have
had a
cancer
banana.
now.
and that was the last we saw of Pedro.
I don't know, man. I feel bad
Yeah.
for that orange. That's like the smallest little orange I've seen. I was like, oh, little buddy, I'd pick it up and take it to scale with me too, and like show it the world. I'm like, oh, you need to get out. You're getting picked on by all the bigger oranges.
Well,
Isn't that a tangerine?
maybe too much of a. I don't. It's a cutie.
It was the appropriate
Tangerello?
color and
I
spherical
don't know.
shape, Pedro. Quit being so judgmental.
Yes, it was required for a pun. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the orange dot is also the logo for Art Center College of Pasadena. So
Okay.
for the 3 people who know what that is out there, that's a good joke. Okay, there you have it, folks. Hi guys.
So once again, you're
Due to
helping
the-
Jill with
yeah, right.
scale.
Yeah. Tell
Yeah,
us
yeah.
about your wheel and its purpose.
The wheel of Ooga Booga.
Yeah.
Is there mostly to mask the fact that we don't have a really good raffle this year.
Oh.
It spins, it's colorful, the kids love it. They think they've won something, and in truth, they could, they just spin the wheel and then grab whatever color coordinated prize we have on the
So
table.
it's like
Um,
trick or treat.
but it
Just
makes
throw
us
some
look,
candy at
you
them.
know,
You're like, oh.
it makes us look hip and fun. So that was neat, though, having Jill's new student there. You can see she is actively growing the community, one student at a time.
No, you got it right.
Yeah.
Shoving it down our teaching them about Linux. Yes.
No, and again, it is the great solution for students. A lot of students can't afford the full Adobe suite. What are they to do? Well, luckily there's an alternative now, and that wasn't the case a few years back, really. So, and I am very proud of Jill and what she's done as far as outreach to the students and making all this stuff available and getting them excited about it. It's she's earning her Linux creds here, actually. So good on her. Yeah,
That's awesome, man. We need
and
a few
she's
more.
she's not behind me. See, I actually said that of my own free volition.
Now you know she's
Yeah.
listening. We both know that, Steve. Got it.
We know that she's right there off camera. It's fine. It's okay.
Dude, okay, so outside of being woken up to have to drive some weirdos to Taco Bell because
That was hilarious. That was an 80s frat house movie in real life, for sure. Yeah, luckily Jill found Empty's wallet wedged like somewhere underneath one of the chairs the next morning. That was a thing.
with 100 Canadian in it.
Yes.
Well, I guess in Canada you can just ride your moose up to the window of the drive-through and get food. But yeah, down
Give
here
me some
they'll just
tacos,
shoot
eh?
you.
So, did you see anything? Like, I'm sure you walked around.
Comedy gold, Jordan.
Tried to walk around scale to like stave off some of the boredom. Did you see anything that caught your eye?
Well, there's always the gal that walks around in the gecko outfit. So that puts a smile on her face. There's also the gal that's dressed up kind of like a penguin with this little hat. Yeah, there's her.
Decent save.
Keep thinking that
You're not there yet, though. Keep going.
Keep thinking it.
What?
Keep thinking.
No. There was an immediate correction, of course, on that.
Yes.
Yes. We're in a different place, Steve. Don't worry about it. I can't tell if he's frozen.
Nah, I'm just teasing you.
That was a very good
Maybe
phrase,
you're-
yes.
No,
Thank you. I thought maybe you're.
either way, he was holding his breath, and it's not good for his heart. So it's win-win.
Well, I know how you podcasters are. Your vision's based on movement, so I thought I could get out of it.
Yes, we're T-Rexes.
It is, man. Listen, all podcasters use 3D monitors.
You think these are regular glasses? No, they're 3D.
No, you've told us many times they're not regular glasses.
No, this is just a bit of glass.
Yeah. Okay, Steve. Is there anything
Alrighty,
else?
I can. Nah, I got nothing else.
Is that a
other than,
CRT behind you? It looks like a CRT to your left.
That TV behind you.
Yeah. Your left. We've been doing this. Your left, Steve. There you go.
That would be a headboard.
Ah.
And yeah, but it only shows, those kinds of shows. Yeah.
Okay.
Shows where people are getting head.
Uh,
Or bored
I
of
keep it
getting head.
family friendly. I don't know what you. What was I gonna
Family
say?
friendly.
What was I gonna say?
Come on. It's the
Well,
ungodly hours of the
You
evening.
just had a Spocker in
Morning.
frame, so I'm not sure where you're going.
Nah, I don't know. Thank you, everybody.
Big proponent of
Yay.
the Spocker.
Where's my
All right.
hand?
Live long and prosper.
Coming out to scale, guys. We got to get the rest of Discord out here. Pedro, you're unaccounted for, as well as other people.
Yes,
So,
and I will be unaccounted for years to come.
I know. Foxy, you're next. We're getting you out here. Okay. All right, guys. Take care. Have fun. See you later.
Thanks,
Bye. Oh,
Steve.
someone's pinging me on my phone. It's probably Jordan saying, "Get the hell." Okay.
See ya, Steve.
Ah, damn it. Steve stole the orange. I was going to be like, Orange, you glad I brought him over.
He tried. Here's the thing about Steve. He tries. He tries. man.
He tries so hard, gets
he
so
made
far.
some proper puns there.
You know,
They gave me cancer.
That's what he does, Steve.
Yeah.
Gives you cancer.
He thought it was a very 80s frat movie with you and Empty going, hey, man, let's go to Taco
Oh,
Bell."
Taco Bell.
It was, hey, it was me, Empty, and Strider. Thank you very much.
Gotta throw somebody else under the bus. That'll make it better.
Yeah.
Alan,
Distribute
that's
the
what you
force
should have
over
been
3 ways.
filming for our documentary.
Yes.
Right.
Some video of that.
I gotta get some shots of him like doing epic wizard poses with the camera stick and the unicorn and the
The camera
DLC
stick.
hat. Yeah, the monopod.
Oh, camera stick.
um,
Got it.
camera stick.
Camera
It's
stick.
a stick for it's a stick for a camera.
I don't know, man. When you say camera stick, I think about taping a camera to a stick and launching it at somebody.
I mean, you could do it with that thing. It's pretty sturdy.
That'd be kind of brilliant. Oh, so scale.
Year
Was it
2 of
scale?
scale. Going down to
Year
California.
2 of
how was
LGC
it?
at scale. Aside from the additional screening required at the airport, it went about as well as I could expect it to.
Dude, why? Yeah, you got hit for was leaving Canada too, right?
That was leaving. Yeah, this is why I got to be up early tomorrow because they're gonna be like, "No, we're not gonna let you out."
Aw.
But
Yeah. You'd think you'd want to let me leave.
No,
whatever.
dude, you don't. He doesn't have tango. You just gotta go. Gone. All right. I think that's gonna wrap it up. We got everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Matthew already peaced out.
All right.
He's like, I can't handle people.
Matthew is way too high to be on LGC right now.
You know, on the scale
If you-
of like unreleased
On-
episodes that have never been shown to the public outside of the live stream, I probably got one that's a
Yeah.
little darker.
Probably, but you know, we got to keep it PG-13. This is a Christian podcast.
Yes, this is true. Hail Santa. All right, beautiful people. That was it. That was our scale recap. Coming up next, we got the hate mail. It's going to be kind of brilliant. All right.
Yeah. All right.
All right. We made it through that. That was the thing. We survived.
Indeed.
Yay. I can stop the recording. Oh.
A lot of people have lice now, apparently.
Dude, that's the best part of the wizard. We made it. Hello, everyone. Sorry, me and Pedro were distracted by trying to come up with bullshit questions to ask people.
Yes.
And I really have not taken a bio break for like an hour and a 2-liter.
Jordan, what was Jill's student person's name?
Kevin, I want to say. Kevin.
How long you been hanging out with Kevin? How many days?
How long has he been there?
2 days. Counting this one. What, you want me to be good at names, Pablo? I don't know what you're talking about.
I know I'm bad at names because Jill had mentioned his name already, and I completely forgot.
I get excuses, man. I was readjusting compressors. All right, you guys hang out for a minute, and I do got to take that bio break, and hopefully I won't wee myself on the way there.
Just follow the trail of Venpus.
I don't want to do that. Then
it tastes like Coors Light.
Hilarious.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Yeah, no, it soaks
That's
into
because
the wood.
you've drinking from the forbidden
sticks.
Pepsi. You know the secrets.
I've drank 2 of these fuckers. It's not better out the second time around.
It's like, I too like to learn things the hard way.
I'm a thirsty man, and when I get real thirsty, I get less picky.
Hello, Big Daddy Linux.
Hello, Rocco. There are 2 lights.
I saw the I think it was Strider that posted the picture of the Pearl booth being very, very empty.
It was kind of sad. It kind of was. The fucking the Splunk booth was giving out free ice cream, and there was like, so Jill's like, oh, they're giving out hot dogs, and I'm like, oh, sweet, hot dogs, but they're like little cocktail weenies.
Yeah,
it's quite upset. There's a dude in front of me who's like, I don't want a pretzel, so I'm gonna take 2 hot dogs, and no one fault me because I'm not eating a pretzel. Someone can have 2 pretzel, but I'm gonna have 2 hot dogs. He's telling me this, and I'm like, dude, you don't gotta justify it to me. You gotta justify it to these fuckers behind me.
I'm not.
They're the ones who are hungry.
What are you talking about?
No, you gotta justify it to the dude behind me who wants the hot dog, but you stole his fucking hot dog. It's not my problem.
Any really, really fancy booths there outside of the Microsoft one, obviously?
Facebook like wheeled out an entire rack of like, they have like some GPU solution thing that they're showing off. And then they wheeled in like a I don't know, like a 5 some number of U rack loaded with stuff. They're like, oh, look inside the Facebook data center.
I've seen pictures of a certain data center that I'm technically under NDA for. I'm just saying that they make video games.
Good for you. Good for you. I have to deal with a drunken mayor. That's gonna be fun. I know you can hear me, Patrick. You're in the other room watching this. Hi.
Has he been sampling his own supply?
Dude, he needs to pay attention to what Stitches says. Don't get high on your own supply. lest you turn out like Stitches. Ugh. Yeah, come to Scale House for an ass kicking. Or an ass licking. The atomic ass will straight up lick you.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta keep the antibodies going, right?
Human curls? Oh, right. Yeah. It's nice of you to
Human
take a
curls.
break from
Human
lifting-
curls.
Yes, human curls, man. They're like
Who does curls?
He's Canadian. He doesn't understand advanced technique. Forgive him.
I don't understand biceps.
Nope. Completely confused. You're like a little T-Rex, man.
Yeah, all I do is squats. That's it.
Power 9, 8 core. Dude. I think like everybody with a pulse here, I want a power motherboard to play
Oh,
with.
I want that box.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay $6,000 for that box.
This is the other issue. Yes, I
Yeah,
want the motherboard.
I want
but
that
I also
micro
want the chip.
ATX motherboard with the processor, but I don't want to pay $3,500 for it. No.
I want a loaner. I'll probably give it back too. Come on. They will get lost in the mail. All 3 times. Let's keep them coming.
Yeah, we sent every single one of the LGC crowd one, and they all got lost mysteriously.
Surprise.
It does
I
look
don't know.
like,
There's something wrong with the postal system.
Kaleidoscope of rounded weasels. America's got scale. I like that. We're gonna get up here.
What else we got? I'm a little sad People Bagels isn't getting more love. That was pretty good.
It's vote.linuxgamecast.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this system behaved itself right up until...
It died.
Yeah, nothing died. I gave it like ultra... Uber... Oh, it was well over an hour. It was running on hard mode anyway, simply because of Discord in this box. There was no setup for that, so it was like, deal with it. But everything else seems to run well enough.
Except for this $70 network cable.
45 according to MT.
Right, yeah, he didn't see the
45
Canadian
US
Yeah, he didn't see the option for Canadian dollars.
So it was 45 US, which is 70 Canadian?
When you use a Canadian credit in some systems in the US, what it'll do is it'll on the touchscreen it'll give you a pop-up. It's like, would you like to charge this much in American dollars or this much in Canadian dollars? And the this much in Canadian dollars was like $70.
So is there a difference? I think is what I'm asking.
Yeah,
I-
there
I-
is because they apply. They do the same thing here with if you use a Portuguese card on one of the UK machines. It's like you can apply this conversion rate, and you don't pay like extra fees from your bank, or you can just pay this much in pounds, and your own bank will do the conversion for you. Always use your own bank. Don't trust that conversion fee because they will massively overcharge you.
Yep.
Do you just want to get screwed a little,
they do that
or
here.
do you want it like in 5.1?
Well, I mean, you're already screwed. You're buying Ethernet cords at Best Buy, right? So, how big a dildo do you want up there?
American Express. A 3900X system? Nice.
12 cores of power.
Dude, nobody needs a 12-core system.
Nobody.
This is coming from the person with a 12 core system.
Yeah, all $200.
Thank you, Pedro. That was the joke.
That is genuinely one of the cheapest 12-core CPUs you can buy right now. Is this Threadripper 1920X? Granted, you're gonna have to buy a $300 motherboard to put it in, but still.
Are they that expensive still, even with the new?
They haven't budged, man.
Yeah.
I would.
Well,
I
'cause they
I
know.
was sitting back. I was cracking open a cold one, and I was like, "All right, 2950X. You're about to be like $99." I'm just gonna yoink one. Nope.
Guess the people who invested early on the that HEDT, the TR4 platform, aren't going anywhere.
I think that's it. You know, everyone who absolutely needed one bought one, and he's like, "Yeah, we
Yep.
got a better one." They just like, "No, I'm good, fam."
Yeah, no, I'm good. I already have the 12 core to 16 core. So yeah.
I'm just gonna ride this one out. Go do what you can do with your 1700. You can make an audio box. Brilliant.
Yeah. Just run Jack on it.
Yep. Call it Jackbox. 39.90. Thanks.
I was genuinely surprised this B350 Asus Prime actually ran the 3700X with no issues.
I saw the what is it? The 2700X was on sale for like under $200 the other day.
Oh yeah, it came
Oh,
down
yeah,
to
no,
like
the-
£100 at one point
It
on
was-
Amazon, and it was out of stock almost immediately. It's like, yeah, I
Yeah,
can see
they're,
why.
they're still good processors.
Oh, they're fantastic. Like I have zero need, none. But it was cheap enough where I was like, like no.
It's like, no, I already have a 3700X, so it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, but you know your Steam bucks.
It's got a quad core, 8 thread. It's fine.
Good
It's
on you.
okay.
Come on.
Is it though? Is it really, Pedro?
It
Don't-
just
don't you
plays
want your E-
games, and it plays games really well. Thank you,
Pedro,
Arthur,
don't you
and
want your
seriously,
EPing to be like a
1650.
millimeter longer? just a smidge? Just a tickle longer?
The thing that would make the most difference
You go
is...
from this to this.
And it's that thin, too.
Too real.
Too real.
Hey,
Now,
I'm talking
now
from
I'm
experience.
sad.
I don't know about you guys.
Now I'm sad.
What? Your reproductive organs is plastic? With a spring? Come on, live a little.
Spring-loaded.
That was my nickname in college, baby. Spring loaded.
Spring loaded. Fang loaded.
Yes.
Swinging. Dude,
Svang and a miss.
there's what else is there left to do at Skill? There's just gonna be like
There's a
around
couple
Sunday.
talks tomorrow. There's a couple talks tomorrow, but I gotta be on a plane, so I'm not gonna see any of it. There was a couple good ones on like container security that I wanted to go look at. But hopefully they'll post them online. I can watch them then. And yeah, I guess I still haven't seen Romy, the lady in the gecko costume, destroy another 2-liter of Coke, because that was some like snake unhinging their jaw stuff, man. It was-
People get
Oh, is that
thirsty,
what
man.
Steve was on about? Okay.
yeah, and Kyle Lennox, he was like, yeah, there's someone dressed up as like a lizard. Gecko.
You know, I mean, if you had to pick them out of a crowd, a lizard would be an apt description. You're like, it's the lizard
Yes.
lady.
It's a lizard
it's
person.
a reptile.
She's running around.
Running around drinking all your Diet Coke, man.
Oh, dude. He's like, yeah, the lizard. You're like, which one? They're all lizard people.
They're all lizard people. Everyone just like spits a forked tongue like,
That'd be brilliant. That would. We get anything else going on? We can't really do much of an after show this evening because Jordan's got to get on a plane.
I'm leaving on a jet plane, yeah. Gotta say goodbye to the people too, pack up. Yeah.
Anything else we're going to take care of before we bounce?
I don't know, Ben, you need anything from California?
Not that I can't order.
Pedro, do you
Okay,
need
Big
anything
Daddy
from
Linux.
California?
The shipping would murder us both. Big Daddy Linux is asking, what was the best thing about Scale?
The best thing about Scale.
Why didn't I go to school? Because you wouldn't be getting this show right now if I did.
Yeah. I don't know. The Matt Garrett talk on device ID stuff was pretty good.
What was it about?
So it was basically about like how in like IoT devices there isn't really like any sort of security or authentication, and the methods that are present for the most part are easily defeatable because like your ID is the serial number or the MAC address of the device, right? So what he was promoting was using trusted platform modules, which bake the cryptographic certificate when the thing is being made, and it just identifies that device. So you can say like this is a licensed piece of hardware, etc., that is independent of the software you have installed on that piece of thing or on the hardware. So the idea is like for Android phones, for example, you could it would basically be a thing to say like this is a legitimate Android device, this is a Samsung blah 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 blah, despite the fact that I'm running Cyanogen on it because the platform module tells it that okay, this will authenticate against a like a Samsung server or whatever. So apparently what's happening is for like a lot of IoT light bulbs, ones coming out of China, the protocols are so poorly defended that you can buy something from a Chinese company that actually uses the service from another company.
Yeah.
Just because they reverse engineered the protocol and they're like, hey, we can get this thing working.
Oh, 100%. The ones I have
Yeah.
up there, man, those are they're connected to the Wi-Fi, but that Wi-Fi is not connected to anything in this house.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, no, it's basically like an IMEI. That's what he was talking about. But
I
it
think, like, the only issue
it was pretty.
Well, if they're going to give them away for free, I can see companies using them.
Yeah.
I don't know how much overhead you can add
and
to a light bulb.
the idea of TPM is interesting, except that shit just got cracked on the Intel processors.
No, you're that's not the trusted platform module. That is the management engine.
Nerd fight.
The recent one?
I believe it was the management engine. It was another me problem.
You might not have gotten the update. We're talking about the recent. Right?
No, it's possible, but the idea is it's basically just like a cryptographic certificate that is done on fabrication and then exported.
Yeah, it was
to,
TPM fail. That was in November last year. And there's the most recent one that also affects TPM, but that's a bit broader.
Yeah, that one's just on Intel firmware based ones. I don't know. I'm just looking at the website right now. I can't successfully debate for or against it because I don't know enough about it.
When's that ever stopped anyone on the internet?
That's true. That was the stop
We have
Pedro
to deal
ever.
with TPM at work a lot because the encryption thing that BitLocker uses a TPM chip.
Either way, it was quite entertaining talk, and the only one I got to go to that was interesting. Yeah, and the rest of it was shilling Lutris.
All right. Well, since it's in the after, what was the saddest booth you walked by?
Pearl.
Oh, okay.
The empty one.
Ghost
Okay,
Town.
cool.
Ghost Town.
Did they even have like a pamphlet out or anything?
Not one I saw, but I wasn't really. I just saw like the empty Pearl booth. Oh, single tear.
You know, you had Alan there for a spare minute. You should have like taken up residence at the Pearl booth.
Yeah, I probably should have. There are a lot of things I probably should have done while I was there.
Free hugs at Pearl.
Give me a hug.
You know,
I'm not
everyone's
wearing
Big
excited.
Canadian hugs.
They want as much bodily contact as possible at a conference.
Absolutely, lick their face and hands too.
That's right. A kissing booth. Yeah, great.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I'm a great kisser. You love it.
Hashtag Neo Dodge.
That's what you think.
Oh,
Promises.
don't worry. Jill's already tested the focal length of the webcam.
Yes, she has.
Real up close and personal.
Just like
Wow.
that. Actually, not bad.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
pretty
it
good.
Does a good job not irising down.
Yeah, that's the Lenovo ThinkPad webcams for you. They're decent.
And that's got the up the nose cam too, right?
I mean, I could just...
It works. There we go. I like it.
Also has a little privacy screen I can go. Whoop.
Oh,
Let there be light.
peekaboo.
I have one of the OpenSUSE privacy things on my laptop because Mir sent like 3 of them when he sent the camera.
I have a little Oracle MySQL dolphin because just like dolphins in real life, you know what? Never mind.
Nope. Nail it to your laptop and put it out of its misery.
I hate that I got where you were going with that as quickly as I did. God
Yep.
damn it.
Not everyone will get it, but the right people will get it.
Yeah, man, if you want like straight up privacy for your webcam, DSLR, video capture card. Get a D34, and that way, if they don't have a fan
shut
on
off
it,
the
it'll
fan.
overheat. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't know the launch, yeah, they'll never get it open. Aftermarket to black.
I mean, you could just use a post-it note.
Yeah.
Just close your eyes. They won't be able to see you. That's how it works.
Or electric
Yeah,
tape. Just
webcams are just like the ravenous bug bladder beast of Troll. It assumes that if you can't see it, it can't see you.
Mm-hmm. Or the Invisible Boy from Mystery Men.
Yeah, you can only turn invisible when no
If you're
one's
not
watching.
looking.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
A challenger appears.
All right, we're gonna talk to Intu for a minute, see what he's up to.
All right, yeah, I'm talking to him. Oh, I can't. Yo, you get your punk ass back here. Put on headset.
Oh, this is advanced, sophisticated technology.
You can figure it out. I have faith in you.
Yeah, I got it. I got it eventually.
All right, so give us the real deal. What actually happened at scale? Everyone else is done telling us it was great. And it was fun.
Jordan, it is proven that Jordan does not understand the meaning of drive-through.
Okay, so all right, we've got multiple versions of this story.
yes.
Well, we tried to go to Taco Bell at about midnight.
Okay, to reset the field, how close is the Taco Bell from the?
Oh, it's right around the corner. It's
Okay.
it's a 3-minute walk.
All right.
So we walk down there. It's closed. We're like, oh, well, we're gonna have to go get Steve to drive us through the drive-through. And
So when did the wager get placed, though?
standing in the sidewalk.
Okay, so
Oh, right there. Okay.
Yes. And so we went around and the lady said, well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to serve you if you don't have a car.
Now, do you think this is Taco Bell policy or something that went down at that particular Taco Bell?
No, most drive-through places will not let you walk through. If they have like a takeout window or something, that's a little different. But I would imagine that most people who try to walk through the drive-through are not in any condition to be
To drive?
That's probably true. That's why we got Steve.
But it's Taco Bell, man. You'd expect.
I don't. Yes, and you would expect they'd keep the lobby open until midnight or 11 or something. No.
Got done. I mean, I like how you lot like focused in. Just like, here's the one person we could wake up that won't immediately tell us to go fuck ourselves.
No, exactly. You have no idea. Steve, we need you. And he was like, "Oh boy."
Oh, you boys.
I think
want
he
some Taco
thought
Bell,
someone
do
got
you?
arrested at first or something.
Right.
But nobody got arrested. We got out of there well before the cops showed up.
Nice.
Pasadena police, we've got a bunch of drunks in the walking through the drive-through. The cops are just like,
Oh, easy. And then from out of town too. This would be lovely.
yeah, exactly. As the lady is refusing us service, Jordan like starts to argue with her, and I'm like, no, he
Nope,
doesn't understand. He's Canadian.
Oh, nice. It's like it's not true, eh?
No, I just want my. No.
No, man.
Yeah. And then we got entirely too much Taco Bell. Entirely too much. It was borderline obscene.
Did you come back like riding with Steve in the back seat and you're like, oh, where's your God now? We're back with a car. Oh.
No, we were like, okay, we absolutely under no circumstances can let them know that we were the idiots from the line 10 minutes ago. We gotta be cool, guys. We gotta play this cool.
Steve narked you out immediately. Like, so, no.
Yes, he did. Immediately.
Oh, no.
Well, they just tried to walk through and they're dummies. Yes,
So now we're in a car.
Right. We reevaluated our strategy, and I am now the safety wizard.
Safety wizard.
Bow
Man.
before my safetiness.
Everyone, do a safe search for Safety Wizard. Safe search off. Google. Have fun with that.
Well, I am on Jordan's laptop, so let's go for it.
Dude.
Yes.
He's like, no, you are not searching for that.
And then there was the tale of the $45 ether noodle.
Oh, man, that is Best Buy just saying, bend over. We know how you like it.
Painfotainment. Pure and simple. She totally
well, I was
figured
saying
it
we
out.
could.
Well, if
we
you
could
had
literally have
Matthew,
gone to Home Depot, bought a spool of Ethernet, crimps, and an end connectors, and
right,
it would have cost about the same.
Some
and then we could have made
lamp cord.
1,000 feet.
right. Well, yeah, you had Strider with you. It's like, yeah, I still hear that French. It's like, this is what
Yeah.
we talk about. This is bullshit.
he all he did was poo-poo Taco Bell until the moment that he found out that his tacos were getting paid for him, and then he was 100% in on Taco Bell.
It's the best thing in
I
the
mean,
world.
it's free food.
Free Taco Bell.
I
Yeah.
can sort of get behind
What's
that.
better than Taco Bell? Free Taco Bell? You can't really argue with that.
Yup.
I like how Jordan just casually walks by with the, I got something in my front pocket for you look in his eyes.
Yeah. I think he's just glad that I ambushed him and gave him a second to regroup.
It's either that or he straight up doesn't trust you around his laptop.
Well,
He
there's
obviously
that
does
too.
not trust me around his laptop. That just goes without saying.
All right,
He
so
pacing. Oh, he pacing.
this year's scale was a win.
This year's scale was actually good, but it was kind of a letdown. It was definitely significantly smaller than last year, and I can't really find any record of what talks were canceled, but I definitely remember seeing a bunch of them that I wanted to go to that just kind of poofed off the schedule.
I can 100% back you up because I was following Scale on Twitter and I saw a bunch of talks canceled. It's like, this is
Yeah.
canceled.
Whatever. Still got to see some good ones. eBPF is pretty cool. Postgres stuff, nerd shit.
At a Scale conference.
You went to
Yeah,
a Linux Expo. Yeah.
Go figure. All right, I'm gonna give you back to Jordan.
All right.
No, he doesn't seem to approve of that decision, but we're gonna do it anyway. All right, later, guys.
All right.
See ya, empty.
Oh, they're a sweet couple. Let's just hope they adopt.
Yes.
I'm back.
It's kind of brilliant. Everybody's in one piece, so yeah. I think we did good. We did good. We got that, and give Jordan a big hand and a pinky toe for going through the extra steps, participating. I know you had to go through some extra expenditures.
You had to have your luggage screened.
Probably gonna have to get it screened again.
Man, I would straight up buy a pocket Constitution just to fuck with him. trying to smuggle some freedom back.
No, not allowed. No Canada for you.
No.
Actually, shit. Speaking of which, I haven't gotten an email about the flight confirmation, so I gotta
Oh.
try and I gotta after we're done here.
Oh,
I know what
lovely.
I'm doing.
Lovely. Oh man. I hope that's smooth. There's no bullshit.
Oh,
Like that.
me too. That's gonna be an 8 hour. I'm not looking forward to that.
Dude.
Yeah, no, airport stuff is not fun. Just get through it as quickly as possible.
That is the plan.
At least he's being
Sleep through as
spared
much of it as
Ryanair.
possible. Ryanair?
Yeah. Think about doing an 8-hour flight in stadium seats.
I do a 2-hour flight to Portugal, and my knees hate me by the end of it.
Nothing like some hard plastic. Okay, beautiful people. I think that's going to do it for tonight, man. I'm going to thank everybody for showing up, and I want to thank everybody for participating. Double thanks to
Everyone at the
Jordan for
Scale House.
facilitating. Yeah.
Indeed.
That was kind of fun. That's kind of brilliant. We do have, hopefully we'll get that footage uploaded before next month this time, and I do have much quicker editing facilities, so we will slice and dice and get that out for everyone. Yay, participation medals. We don't deserve them, but we'll take them anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I hate them, but I love the validation.
I was technically here.
Yeah.
I love
Unless you're like, prove it. You just see some dude
Shut up,
off in the
Descartes.
corner. He's got like six traffic cone hats. He's like, I wasn't here. What are you talking about? Man? Shut up. Narc. What are you, a cop? Okay, we're gonna hang out in Discord and say our bye-byes. And we're gonna drop off the live stream. But thanks everybody. We'll be back
Bye.
Tuesday with Pedro dying a lot.
Pork souls.
It is dark, Matt.